Hi, welcome to another episode of The Lost Island Roveia, a D&D campaign. This is episode 21. Our heroes have finally defeated the Bloodcliff pirates, or at least most of them anyway, and they are on their way back to Thornshire. However, they have captured a spy in the village of Owl Lake, who was a member of the outlaw village of Darkholm, led by Hesperos, the werewolf. Now, Hesperos has kind of a revenge thing going on against our player characters because they killed a bunch of his people, and he was getting ready to ambush them. But by capturing this spy, they managed to send him basically a challenge. They said they'll meet him at the northwestern edge of the lake, about 2.5 hours walk from the village itself. The man that they had captured, the man named Garrick, ran off into the night and promised to give this message to his leader Hesperos. While our player characters were preparing, one of them talked to the leader of the local militia, a ranger by the name of Lars Zann'der, who has his own little revenge plot against Hesperos going, and has had it going for a while. For Hesperos, the werewolf was once a member of the village of Owl Lake and killed a woman there before he fled out into the forests. And that woman was seemingly dear to Lars, so he has insisted on accompanying our heroes to this confrontation and fight Hesperos and kill him once and for all. He has a silver short sword that they have given him and a bunch of silver arrows at the ready. And that is exactly where we are jumping in. So it's, I think you had the confrontation set off for noon, right? I think it was like high noon, basically. The classic, standoff. So it's about 10:30-ish, probably, maybe approaching 11. You have left the village behind. You have been walking for about maybe like 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you are basically walking next to Owl Lake, the lake itself. The lake is of this darkish blue color, and you can see like fish moving under the surface. It's quite a fish-rich lake, as you might recall. On the other side of the lake, a fair bit away, maybe a mile or so, the lake is fairly large. You can see the edges of Hungir's forest in the distance, this large goblin-infested forest that you have cleansed, or at least partially cleansed in the past, and where also Darkholm, the outlaw village, is situated. Ahead of you, where the fight is supposed to happen, you see a few brushes, a few trees, small groups of trees, nothing significant, however. Enough for maybe a small group to hide in, but nothing for a larger group of people, for sure. The day is quite warm. It is high summer after all, a little bit of a breeze, and there's like maybe 1 or 2 drops of rain just falling every now and then. So it's one of those days where you're not quite sure whether the weather decides whether it wants to rain or not. But it has not started raining, and it doesn't look like any strong rain is imminent, if anything. As you are approaching, you can see in the distance already, maybe a good 1.5 miles, 2 miles in front of you, there is a small bit of smoke curling up from somewhere ahead of you, like maybe a large campfire or something of that size. It is definitely on your side of the lake where the smoke is coming from. You don't see the origin, obviously. There's brush and trees in the way and such, and the ground isn't perfectly even. There's like a few ups and downs here and there, so you can't see very far, but it's definitely around the area where you would expect your enemies to wait for you, if they are waiting for you.
I just remembered I forgot to ask you to... Okay. I can hear myself from you again?
Yeah, I can hear you twice.
Yeah.
Okay, that will usually just disappears after a while, I suppose.
Anyways, I forgot to ask you about the stats for the items I picked up. So I don't know what they do.
The sword?
Yeah, the sword and the armor. I know what the armor does because I have the DMG right behind me, but
Doesn't
Not
the
sword.
launcher really also?
The armor is from DMG. You shouldn't.
It was pretty similar to the dragon scale armor.
So the dragon shard armor is gives you an AC of 18.
Yeah.
It gives you a fire resistance, and it gives you the ability to speak Draconic.
Right.
And understand it. Not write it. And the sword is a longsword, and it gives you. So it has a normal stats of a longsword. It's versatile. You can use D8, D8, D10, depending on whether you use it with one or two hands. It is magical, of course, and it is a longsword of wounding, which is slightly different from the one in the Game Master's Handbook. This one's a little more dangerous. Basically, what it does is once you hit someone, you can do that once per turn. You can wound him. That happens automatically. You just declare that this strike, after you roll damage, basically, will wound. That you can do that once per turn. Once an enemy is wounded, at the start of each of his turns, he will take 1d4 additional necrotic damage. For each time he was wounded, you can stack the wounds if you want. And after he takes the damage, he makes a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. If he succeeds, all wounds are gone. If he fails, he is still wounded. While he is wounded, he cannot profit from magical healing. There's no healing potions, no healing spells. They just don't work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He can regain like health with a short rest and long rest theoretically, but that's not very likely to happen anyway. Yeah. And you can also make technically you can try to close the wound with non-magical healing with a DC 15, I think it is, a medicine check. Okay. But that's not usually something that most people figure out, as you have realized yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. I cast Major Armor myself before we get any closer.
All right. Certainly. The and envelop you to give you a little bit of protection. And Lars looks over to you and he says, how you want to play this? Are we just going straight in? I bet that beast has some sort of trap set up for us.
Likely, yeah. Don't really know how much we can do, though. They're pretty good spotters.
I mean, I could try to mask our presence. I have some magic that can do that. And we could try sneak up, take them by surprise, I suppose. It's not noon yet. We have a good hour or so. I mean, they'll be on their guard, I'm sure, but...
Well, we could try. Don't think it's likely to succeed, though.
Should we have one or two of the sneaky folk scout ahead? See where they are?
One sneaky folk.
Well, we've got a ranger and we've got a druid. Okay, well, I'll be right there.
Oh, technical issues.
Oh, he'll be back soon. There we go.
Okay, anyway, so we've got a ranger woodsman person, and then we've got a druid who can just sneak stuff.
Yes.
So.
Lars,
as much as I like a good sneak, I feel like I should keep my wild shapes for bitey things today.
That's fair.
I can take a look ahead if you want.
I just want you to go
send
alone.
Tom, why not?
Yeah.
He's the only one of us I know who can be reincarnated.
I hold him close for a moment and then get going, little buddy.
Goodbye, Tom. Second.
Safe. I guess I'll wait a little bit.
What is that
Sorry?
weasel gonna do?
He's gonna go take a look, come back, and tell me what he saw.
Right. I suppose. Okay, so you sent Tom off into the distance.
Yeah.
You obviously can't.
Well, outside of my contact range, yeah.
Yeah, so what is the contact range on it?
100 feet.
Yeah, so that's...
So he's gonna...
Leave that very...
He's gonna run solo for a little bit.
Okay. What is Tom's stealth? Or give me a stealth check for Tom.
Do we say it was plus...
I will give him advantage because he is such a tiny guy. and there's a lot of like brush that he can use as cover.
+3. I think it's +3 for Tom's stealth. So I roll deception because that's a +3 for me.
Okay, sure. 18. All right. So Tom disappears. Maybe about half an hour or so passes until he comes back. He returns unharmed. A little weasel face scrounged up as he's running towards you, and then climbs up onto your shoulder.
What'd you see, little guy?
And he basically gives you the impression of 3 people on a large fire.
Okay. You can tell me about how far off? I mean, I guess we see the fire.
Yeah,
fire
the
stack.
smoke is where the fire is, yeah.
3 people on a large fire.
Well, around a large fire. He's a weasel. He doesn't know grammar.
He doesn't know in from on. Yeah. Okay. They're just waiting.
3 people. Who are the others? Some bandits run with the beast.
His right hand and the man, and the father of the man whose child we killed.
Wait.
I want to emphasize here we are talking about an adult child.
Yeah. We didn't
just
murder a small child.
That's right. Well, they're bandits, I suppose. They got what they're coming for, especially if they work for Hesperos. Well, if they're waiting for us, let's march up and kill them. Hesperos has escaped his justice long enough.
How close to any of the woods, or like any like copses of trees or anything like is that fire? Can we get an idea?
There's quite a few trees around, like trees and bushes and stuff. Not like proper forest by any means, but like 2 or 3 trees here and there.
Okay.
Maybe we should sneak up, and you should do that thing you do where you spot where people are without seeing them.
I mean that works from pretty close range.
Sure.
Let's pop it into the chest. Yeah, that's like 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet.
But yeah, that doesn't work as far enough away for it to be useful here.
Okay.
Do you want me to lock down Hesperos, or do you want me to lock down Kane?
I'll take Kane.
Okay.
I'll help with Hesperos.
Yeah, focus on Hesperos.
Okay. Just want to say, make sure you put down Kane fast, because he can potentially do as much damage as Hesperos, I suspect.
I'm more worried about lack of doing damage to Hesperos.
Oh, we have silver weapons, right? Oh, at least I have.
I have a magical weapon.
Yeah.
Mr. Silas is a mage, and
All magic, baby.
Now we should be well prepared, shouldn't we?
Yep.
Let's get it done.
So, I think now it's time we try to sneak up and get the jump on them.
All right, then. And you see Lars put a hand on his chest, run a finger over his bald head, and close his eyes for a moment, and you feel a burst of magic just shooting out from him, and you feel and see as the shadows and the wind around you slightly bends to sneak up and give you protection and just generally make you less visible to the eye. And he looks up to you. He says, all right, stay close to me, and we should be good. We have to hurry, though. initially. This doesn't last forever. It's a while until we get there, and I can't do it very often. In fact, only one more time.
I believe Karga can do the same thing, but thank you.
Not today.
Oh, not today.
Right.
Shows me, I suppose. Okay, well, let's sit there.
All right. I'll take point. He starts sort of moving between bushes and trees and such, diagonal, more like a zigzag pattern towards the smoke in the distance.
Stealth checks, I imagine.
Yes. Stealth checks for everyone. With no, you don't get advantage, but you get +10 for the pass without trace that Lars has cast on you. And that is without the +10, right? What you're rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a 26, 28, 28. Pretty damn good. And Lars is a 35.
Sure.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20, so he's just like gone.
How do we follow him?
Yep, you can't follow him. He's gone.
Damn it.
All right. It takes you a while to get up to the fire. As I said, it's a fair bit away. It was maybe about 1.5 miles or so when you spotted the smoke. And as you were approaching, slowly but surely, probably about half an hour of stealthing later or so, you can see now there is a rather large fire burning in the distance. It looks like a pretty much 3-4 times the size of an ordinary campfire. So it must have piled up quite a small hill, basically, of like twigs and leaves and stuff. Although most of the things, despite rain here and there, because it's so warm, they burn quite easily. And you can see 3 shapes in the distance. One of them sitting at the fire, one of them sitting a bit further away, maybe about 20 feet or so away from the fire, leaning against a tree, and one walking up and down, sort of in a nervous fashion. There's a few trees and bushes in the area, but again, nothing that could hide a significant amount of foes, maybe 1 or 2 opponents at the most. And other than that, it's just earth, and then the fire is maybe about 60 feet or so off the side of the lake. There's a small, like a pebblestone beach, and then the water itself about 60 feet to the right of that fire. You're now about maybe 100 feet or so away from the fire, and you can see a bit better. You can see the one walking up and down is Hesperos himself. You can see this sort of silverish gray hair with the black streaks that he has. This large, heavily scarred-faced man, and he looks angry. Basically, he's just like walking up and down. He seems to be talking to himself or to someone under his breath. There is a man that you have not seen before, a black bearded man, fairly unkempt, wearing studded leather armor and clutching a large battle axe. Like, he's the one sitting at the fire, and he's looking around every now and then. And the third man that you see against the tree is the man that you have attacked or captured last night, Garrick. You can see his arm, or his right arm, in fact, where Karga in her bloodhound forbid him, still bandaged. He's clutching his some sort of short sword, basically, but he looks pretty nervous, and from what you can tell in this distance, not too happy to be here. That's everyone. There's those 3 figures.
Wait, so Hesperos, Kane, Garrick?
No, you do not see Kane.
Oh, don't see Kane. Okay.
There's one guy, as I said, studded leather armor, black bearded fella with a battle axe. There is Hesperos, and there's Garrick. You might recall this other guy is probably Turon, the man whose son you killed. He's maybe in his, say, mid-40s, but still fairly strong looking. Must be one of the guys from Darkholm, you assume.
So where is Kane then?
You have not spotted. They have not spotted you yet, and you actually don't know where Lars is. He moved away to the right somewhere, like circling around, and you lost sight of him. He can't be that far off because you know that the spell that he casts doesn't go that far. So he's probably still sticking close, but you can't see him. He must be in a bush or hiding behind a tree or something.
So he told us Kane would be here. Where is Kane?
I mean, if I start scanning the bushes and trees for any like slight movement or shapes that seem wrong.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I would like to do that too, actually.
Yeah, certainly.
If I go wild shape now, will that screw up my stealth?
Not necessarily. I mean, it depends on what you shape into. If you shape in like a bear or something large, then you will definitely have to roll again.
Okay.
Both Silas and Kalithos scan the surrounding bushes and trees, but I mean, there's a bit of movement because there's a little bit of wind, but you don't see any other additional shapes hidden or anything like that.
I'm going to turn into a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They also have a +6 to stealth. So.
Nice. So Karga just hunkers down and grows this dark brown fur. 2 large fangs like daggers just break through your lips. And yeah, you're pretty big now. A large creature. So that's a 19 on stealth for the saber-toothed tiger.
Thank God for Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that was the dorkiest tiger.
Well, I mean, you're like shifting and you like this slow growl that escapes you. And you crouch down behind a bush and you wait. And first, nothing happens. But then the 2 of you are still keeping an eye on the
can I make a sniff perception check for...
just give me a second.
To try and find Kane?
Yeah, sure. As, however, you are hiding behind this bush and the other 2 are keeping an eye on the camp, you see Hesperus like stopping, turning, and raising his face and starting to sniff. And then looking sort of into your direction, not straight at you by any means, but he seems to have noticed something. And he growls something at his 2 followers. The black-bearded fella at the campfire jumps up, grabbing his battle axe. The other one also stands, but more slowly, and sort of puts his back to a tree, holding his short sword in hand. And Hesperos calls out, "Come forward!" He's shouting in your direction.
I looked at the other 2 and just, should we?
Can I try to sniff out Kane?
Give me a perception check.
I have advantage because I'm a tiger.
You do, yes.
And apparently I need it. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
2-2.
So you smell. The only thing you smell is a weasel and something that smells...
And a freaking werewolf.
Like sulfur.
Sulfur? When I sniffed the werewolf the last time, did he smell like sulfur?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You're probably smelling the guy that's...
The tiger rolls its eyes at you.
Okay, well, sure, I'm gonna step out then.
Okay, so you sort of stand up.
Go.
Finally, the murderers show their faces. Where's the last one? Oh, sorry. Is it only Kalithos that stepped out, or all?
I'll follow.
I step out too. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Where's the half-elf? Is he afraid to show his face?
He won't be here today.
We'll hunt him down later, I suppose.
You'll have to dig a grave for that.
He's dead?
Yes, where is your cane?
I don't need him to finish you off. Last time we met, I gave you your lives. And then I discovered that you had deceived me and killed my people.
Well, don't have a defense for that, really.
Now you don't have the guards, the walls, that dragonborn to hide behind. Come, let us finish this.
I'm going to send a message to Garrick and tell him.
What's the range on message?
Was it 120 feet?
Okay, that would be enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's 120 feet.
Just double check. Yeah, 120 feet. And just tell him like, now's the time to leave. If you're gonna leave.
Okay. You can see him like looking around.
Yep.
Which where it comes from. But he doesn't run or anything. He just stays holding. Hesperos turns to the other two and says, Tyrann, come. It is time to avenge Jakeen and Larissa and the others. Derek, you will stand with us or you will fall with them. Yes, of course, Alpha. I'll stand. And he takes a few hesitant steps forward. Hesperos turns to you and says, bravery. We don't have time for that sort of crap. And he shifts. You can see fur bursting through this dark black brown fur with a few silver streaks inside. His claws grow, and his whole skull sort of shifts and elongates as this massive jaws open, saliva running down. You can see the sharp fangs and the scarred visage of this massive beast. He throws back his head and howls, and then sort of drops down on all fours, giving you a snarl. And that's when we're rolling initiative.
Point of fact, I remembered wrong last week. My teeth are already magical. It's at 6th level, not at 7th.
Oh, well, good to know. Good thing you figured that out now. Yes, indeed. All right. Ooh, that's some crappy initiative rolls there.
Cool.
Oh, Karga is better.
The one with -1 gets more than the guy with +6.
Look, I just rolled 2 2s, okay?
Her initiative should actually be higher than that because she's in
and a 3.
Yes, you're correct. Your initiative is higher than 17.
Oh, that's
so what
true.
is your actual initiative?
Oh, yeah.
Initiative is Dex.
So you rolled a 18. Yeah. What's the
so 20?
20. Nice.
Because it's Dex, right?
Yes.
Yes. Protect me.
All right. So we have Karga with a 20. We have a 10 for, who is that, Silas? What's your dexterity, Silas? Dexterity bonus?
+1.
+1. All right. So roll me another d20, please.
8?
Yes. You have to break up a tie.
Fuck.
Okay.
God damn it.
Okay, so
get them out of your system.
So the first thing that happens is while Hesperos is still howling, a crossbow bolt comes shooting out of nowhere and going straight for Silas.
God damn it.
Silas is standing next to me, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'd say so. Sure.
Yeah, so I'll give him disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, so that's a straight up roll then. That's a 21.
Oh, that hits.
At least it's not advantage, so he...
So no sneak attack.
Yeah, it is a sneak attack. You have not had a turn yet. And he's
well, no, but he didn't have he had disadvantage on the attacks, which cancels out the advantage, so no sneak attack.
Let me check. I don't think that's correct. I think you get advantage anyway. Let's see.
Yeah, I believe assassins have the thing where they get
assassin,
sneak attacks before someone has got the turn.
So yeah, advantage. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, but I think assassins have a thing where they get sneak attack even if they don't have it.
No,
they don't. They only get advantage. So the question is, can you use a reaction before you had a turn in your initiative?
I have alert, which means
surprised.
I can't be surprised. So
yeah, it's not surprise though. But I suppose it works. Sure. Let's say it works. Okay, so in that case, you're right. There's not a sneak attack, which is very important. As Khalifa sort of pushes you to the side, raises his shield, the crossbow bolt flies past, and deals points of damage.
How many?
6.
Okay.
5 plus 1. It came from somewhere off, sort of diagonally to your left. And that was Kane's turn. We have Karga up next.
How far away is
So you have Hesperos,
the werewolf?
Hesperos and Tyron, the black-bearded guy with the boar axe, are about 100 feet away from you. Garek is maybe about 20 or 10, 15 feet behind them. So he's maybe like 110, 115 feet away from you. You have no idea where Kane is. The crossbow bolt came somewhere off through your left, but like you didn't see exactly where it was.
This is like that. I'm trying to think if I should dash or not. It's like that game where you're supposed to remove things, but you can't be the last one to remove things.
Decide quickly.
I'll move the regular move distance toward them.
So the regular move distance for a half-orc or the regular move distance for a saber-toothed tiger?
Saber-toothed tiger. What is my move?
50. I think it's
40.
40, okay.
All right. Excellent.
Do you want like ready in action?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll ready in action when Hesperos comes within. No, wait, I can't do that because I've already used my movement.
Yeah, so you have to basically slash it. You can slash at him or bite at him if he approaches.
Yeah, that's
basically
not helpful.
You can also dodge.
You can dodge
same
disadvantage. Yeah, that gives them disadvantage on attacking you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say if someone attacks me, I'll ready a dodge in case somebody attacks me before the next round. So.
No, you don't have to ready a dodge. It's just an action that you do.
Yeah, just persist until the start of next turn.
Can you even ready a dodge?
You
That's
can.
a good question. Because technically, that would be like a much stronger option, right? Oh no, actually, it's the same, pretty much.
It's kind of the thing either way.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, yeah. So you dodge, basically. You're like ready to dodge out of the way if anything comes towards you. All right. Well, Lars will leap out from a bush, an arrow notched on his longbow, a silverish arrow, and shoot it straight at Hesperos. And says, "Die, beast!" And that misses, actually. The arrow passes over Hesperos' shoulder. He just snarls back. And Lars will launch another arrow. Hesperos is up next. He will start running at you. And so you move 40, right? So you have 60 feet away from him. So he will run forward, just snarling and slobbering on all fours, coming for you, Karga. But then he leaps to the side and basically runs past you, going for where Caliphas and Silas are standing. He can't quite reach you guys, but he's about 20 feet away from you, dashing basically past Karga on all fours, this massive, muscular beast. Caliphas, you're up next.
So how far away is he from me?
He's 20 feet away.
Okay, so I'm gonna get right up to him and.
All right, you run away, leaving Silas behind. I'm guessing you have your weapons drawn already.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it. 2 attacks.
I'm gonna. This is not the silver saber. I'm just using it. It has the same stat. So.
Okay. 21 is a hit.
And I
24 is also a hit.
I think
Slash.
I'll.
You want to wound him?
Yeah, I want to wound him, and I want to make a single strip attack also.
All right.
Which is a strength saving throw.
Yep. That's his pretty much best stat. That is a 21.
Oh, he takes 12 damage.
All right. And he's wounded, right?
Yep.
Okay. You slash. Oh, that's the first. That was the first attack?
Oh, no. That's all 2 attacks.
Oh, that's 2 attacks. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you slash into him twice, opening a large cut on his side. He looks a bit surprised. You can see a little bit of surprise flickering up in his eyes as the sword actually cuts into him. He's not used to being wounded, basically, or being hurt at all. And then his surprise turns into rage. Now we have Turon, the black-bearded fellow with the battle axe. He will run towards Karga, and he will draw a javelin from his back while he's running, and then fling a javelin at you, Karga. Holding his war axe in one hand, basically, while he's moving. That is a 14. Does that hit your saber-tooth tiger?
Yes.
All right, you take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Javelin flies into the air and hits your shoulder and ricochets off your bone, basically, but leaving a cut behind, or a piercing wound. And that guy is now only about, you moved 46 or 30 feet away from you, basically. And now gripping his war axe, like daring you to come at him. Silas, you're up next.
Okay. What? So I know the rough direction that
somewhere diagonally from your left is where the crossbow bolt came from.
How far away is like the nearest bush or tree or whatever that is possible?
I mean, there's like maybe about 7 or 8 different locations where someone could be hiding.
Sure. Which one is the closest?
The closest one is maybe about a bush, about maybe 20 feet to your sort of half left.
Okay. Beyond. All right. I mean, I guess I'm just going to run 30 feet away from that.
So you're moving backwards?
Yeah, as directly away from that as I can.
Okay, yeah.
Or no, sorry. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Hesperos first. He rolls a 9 for Portents.
Okay, his wisdom saving throw is... So... That's a 10, which is a fail.
Yeah, cool. So he is
and falls onto the ground. The large werewolf is laughing. It's a hideous sight, really.
Right. Cool. Then I move a little bit back.
Does he take damage from that as well, or is it just...
I believe it deals some damage with it, right?
No,
I'm not sure. There's a bunch of different bard spells that are kind of similar, like Witch's Mockery, and I always mix them up.
Nope, just become incapacitated and prone.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. There's serious laughter. Yes, you are correct. Falling prone. Yep. At the end of each turn. All right. Nice. Garrick will move a bit closer, like he's 30 feet basically, but not look too keen to really get involved into the fight. All right, Kane will shoot a crossbow bolt at Caliphus. Sure, why not? That is not quite a crit. That is 16 points.
Is he within 60 feet of me?
Damage. Why?
Hellish Rebuke.
Well, you wouldn't know that, would you?
Suppose.
You just see a crossbow bolt coming from somewhere and like finding a soft spot in your armor and piercing through. I mean, you can... I don't think I have to tell you.
No. Okay.
All right, and he will use his bonus action to hide again, because that's what rogues do. Karga, your turn.
Being prone only affects
Melee attack.
how easy it is to hit, not the amount of damage dealt.
That is correct.
Friggin', I'm gonna I'm gonna run up and attack him anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's a werewolf and he's currently lying down.
Go for it.
Um,
So you turn.
let's
away
see. I'm gonna do a
Then Tyron, that guy that's sort of
claw attack.
right, turn back and leap upon Hesperos while he's on the ground laughing.
Alex,
Yes.
did he have advantage on that roll?
On which roll?
The attack on me.
No, he did not.
Okay, yeah. I'm reading. Other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being hidden from you.
19 with advantage.
19 hits, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. $15 damage.
All right. Leap upon him. That was claw or bite?
Claw.
All right.
I think you were just checking the same thing as me, Alex, to see if the auto crit happened on incapacitated.
Relog Kevin real quick.
Okay.
You said 15, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you leap onto him and slash across his back, and maybe even to your surprise, the claws do dig deep a wound into his back, and the flesh does not knit itself back together, as you have, well, I don't know if you've seen, but at least you have heard it happen with other attacks. All right, that was Carter's turn. We have Lars, who is moving close to Hesperos and basically shooting another arrow at him now with disadvantage because Hesperos is on the ground. No, that misses. Another arrow hits the ground next to Hesperos. Shit! And Lars is moving closer. Hesperos himself, he has taken damage, which means he can roll with advantage, I believe, to shake off the Tasha's hideous laughter.
Yes.
Each time it takes damage, yes. Wisdom saving throw, and has advantage if it is triggered by damage. That is a 19, a natural 19. So yes, yeah. He shakes the spell off. He snarls, and he leaps back up and turns, and he will lash out at Karga with his claws, leaping up, slashing across your face, your nostrils, your muzzle, whatever you call it, and then turn at the same time, bite towards Kalifos while he's leaping up.
I want to give him a disadvantage on the attack roll against Karga.
She's not next to you, though. She is, you're flanking him, basically. She came behind him, you were from ahead, like in front of him. Yeah. So he will do a bite attack against Kalifos. That is a 16, which does not hit. He bites into your armor, but the dragon shard stops his teeth. The claw attack, however, is a 21. That does definitely hit. Karga, you take 11 points of slashing damage as the werewolf claws cut like over your forehead. Snarls into your faces.
The wound also, by the way, if we...
Sorry? Oh, the wound. That is correct. At the start of his turn, he loses 1d4. That's 2 damage. And it's a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, which he fails. He is still wounded. Kalifos, your turn.
I'm gonna slash at him again.
All right, 2 attacks. (15 and 17). That both hit, yeah.
Nice.
He's not wearing any armor.
Oh god, he's gonna do that. Okay, well, one of them is a wound also.
Okay, so another wound, and how much damage?
14.
14, not bad. He's starting to look a little hurt, but far from beaten. 2 wounds now, bleeding out on his side.
Yeah, and a bonus action for a second wound.
Sorry?
Bonus action for second wind.
Second wind, yeah. All right, go for it. 15 health, nice. Yep. Taking a deep breath of werewolf fur and general, like, large cat fur and stuff. And that seems to rejuvenate you quite nicely. Tyron, the guy with the axe. Well, you're all running away from him, so he'll just chase after you, and he will throw a second javelin at Karga. And he's now about 20 feet away from you, behind you. That is an actual 1, so he will miss by a long shot. The javelin just disappears somewhere in the bush. Silas.
Let's. I'm gonna cast blank.
All right.
So,
Wizard
and yeah, I'm gonna cast blank, and so I'm about how far away am I from
the fight?
Hesperus? Yeah, so I should be about 50 feet away.
40 feet. About
40 feet.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, 50 feet.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I am anticipating this turn. Yeah, so I probably moved yeah. I probably moved it like 15 feet back, and then
all right,
blinked. So
disappear once more into the what is it called? The astral plane or something, right?
Yeah.
Ethereal realm, I think.
Or ethereal realm. Yeah, that's right.
Right. All right. We have Garek, who is now also moving once again moving a little closer, but once again not looking too keen to get involved into the action. He's clearly waiting to see what will happen in general, and getting ready to run if necessary. Basically, you can basically see him like hesitating and shaking slightly. Kane, once more. He'll take a shot at Karga this time. Yeah, he does hit. That is 18 points of damage, Karga. As a crossbow bolt hits into your side, triggering memories of that damn archer that was shooting into you the whole pirate fight. And he will continue to stay hidden. Karga, your
turn. I'm going to, even though his strength is probably too high for this, but I'm gonna back up 20 feet and then do a claw attack with pounce attack.
Trigger a attack of opportunity by Hesperos himself.
That would ruin it. I'll just attack him then, because I don't want to pop back at the wrong moment.
All right.
So claw attack.
Yep.
A
12 misses. Slash. Time he's fast enough to move to the side.
I'll use a bonus action to
heal.
Heal, yeah.
Right. So what spell slot do you use for that? Just level 1?
Just a level 1. Yep.
Go for it. So it's 1d8, I think, right? Just straight up 1d8.
1.
Okay. Well.
Oh.
Lars. Sorry, you want to do anything else?
No.
All right. This time Hesperos is finally standing, so Lars can shoot him. He does hit. This finally a silvered arrow finds his mark, dealing 8 points of damage to Hesperos. He rips it out and looks at it and sort of then crashes it in his hand. Hesperos himself, looking around, and he will unleash his fury upon Kaliphos this turn.
First one is going to be a 14.
Okay, really?
I don't know if that's going to help or
first
hurt.
He's going to be a 14? You sure?
No. Never mind. I wasn't thinking about bonuses. Won't do that.
It's a +6 to hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is true. He might have that, though. No, never mind.
Use it or no? No? All right. He attacks the bite and the claw. They both hit actually. One is that's a lot. So he turns towards you, so rips into your side. Like the armor does not give, but you feel the pressure, and your ribs start cracking a bit. And he leaps up and bites through your armor into your arm, and you feel this burning, weird, tingling and burning sensation flowing all through your body, where the teeth connect with your muscle.
Hellish Rebuke on one of those attacks also.
Sure, let's say the bite, because it's more fun, right?
Yeah.
So you take 11 points of slashing damage from the attack from the claw attack. And you take 14 points of piercing damage from the bite.
So that's 21 total.
That is correct. I don't know what I said the first time.
I think you said 7 first time.
That is unlikely that I said 7. I don't think I rolled that bad. I think I said 11 for the first time.
Okay, so -4 then.
Okay. That was his turn. And Eucalyptus... Oh, no, and also he has to take 2d4 necrotic damage because of 2 wounds. Oh, 8 damage. Okay. He's bleeding a lot. And he will make a Constitution saving throw, hopefully ending the effect. Oh my god, that could be... What's the DC? 15, right?
Yep.
He has such a good Constitution saving throw, but no, he's still wounded.
Yes.
That sword is doing work.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, death by 1,000 big paper cuts. It's not called the Sword of Wounding for nothing, I suppose. Somewhere Zann'der is like rotating his grave.
Well, he's shouting tiefling werewolf, so... But he didn't pierce my armor. He didn't pierce my armor.
Right.
Fuck's sake,
well,
fucking Christ, Cam.
The bite did actually pierce the armor, so yeah,
Okay.
that did connect. The claw did not properly pierce the armor. Anyway, Khalifa's your turn.
I'm gonna slash him.
Twice, I suppose.
Yep.
Go for it.
16 and...
Oh, so sorry, I have to roll a dexterity save throw. I forgot the Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, yeah.
He
damage.
does actually succeed for that with that. So that's 3 points. All right. Okay, the first strike hits. The second one does not. And I assume you want to wound him with that?
Yep.
3 wounds now. Wow.
7.
Okay. Yeah, he's starting to look visibly hurt now.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of strength in his form. He's surprised that you are able to hurt him, both of you, in fact. But he does not look like he's about to give in by any means.
One more thing. Can I, like, estimate just general area where I think Cade might be?
Yeah, he's somewhere, like, off to your left-ish. You can estimate a general area, yeah. There's, like, 3 or 4 potential hiding spots where he could be, suppose, in that area.
I wanna... Yeah, I'm gonna action surge and cast darkness in this area.
How large is the darkness area?
30-foot radius.
Yeah, that will cover pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
All right. So with a surge of energy, you have seen too many crossbow bolts coming. This whole area is covered in a black cloud of darkness. And you hear a voice going, "Shit!" from somewhere in there. Okay, not bad. Tyron will now finally reach combat as he runs up with his war axe and slashes down upon Karga from behind. Yeah, that's a hit. And that is 6 points of slashing damage, Karga, as this black-bearded fellow runs up to you and basically smashes you in the back with the axe. Silas, you reappear.
Yeah. I will drop a slow. Oh yeah, 120 feet. I'm good. I'll actually like reappear 10 feet further away.
Yep.
Because I can do that. Drop a slow on Hesperos and Tyron. And
all right. Is that so that you're casting it at 3rd level, right?
Yeah, that's a third. I mean, it's a 3rd level spell. Yeah.
Oh, can you? Oh, yeah, you can cast multiple people. That's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's a 40-foot cube, basically.
Yeah, that's easy enough to catch. Yeah, to catch both of them. And it doesn't hit everyone, right? You can pick people.
I can pick up to 6 creatures I'm choosing.
All right. What's your spell save DC?
15.
15, right?
Yep.
All right, okay. And that's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. Hesperos succeeds.
No. Okay.
Hello? I think
Hi.
I like that for a moment. Chiron fails. Hesperos succeeds.
Okay. I'll just delete it out now.
All right.
And,
anything else you'd like to do?
So
Except for disappear.
about 70 feet away now.
Slow is not concentration, is it?
Yes, it is.
And blink is also concentration?
Blink is not.
Oh, blink is not, right.
Blink is not. So about 70 feet away. I think I'm good where I am. I'm just going to see if I blink away.
Yeah, you're about 60 feet from the combat now or something like that?
About 70. I'm going to kill at least
Or 70. I mean, you can move back further if you want to.
Well, I don't blink away. So.
All right, and you do not disappear. Okay. Garrick will move in a little closer, sort of circling around, staying away from the darkness, getting ready to go into combat maybe next turn, clutching his short sword, but not quite yet.
I am kind of like, I'm watching the darkness for like as soon as.
Yep.
Just like
and
watch
also,
for King.
you can relog, please.
Okay.
Once more. All right, a figure bursts out of the darkness, holding a hand crossbow in one hand, or like a crossbow in one hand, and short sword in the other. And it will hesitate for a moment, look around, see what's going on. You see the sort of dark skin, curly black hair with Kane that you had seen before. And his crossbow comes up, and he, despite looking over to the wizard, that you're too far away from him to take a safe shot, he will take a shot at Karga. She's the biggest target. Oh, that actually misses. The crossbow bolt flies past your head and disappears and hits a tree somewhere off to your right. Or left, in fact. Shit! And he... you see he has a second crossbow bolt on the crossbow. As you have seen this crossbow before, it has like 2 slots for crossbow bolt. And he's pointing the other one at Caliphus. But he will start, while he's pointing the crossbow at Caliphus, he'll start running towards you, Silas. Moving 30 feet closer, basically. So he's now about 40-ish feet away from you. Karga, your turn.
Another claw attack toward the werewolf.
All right. Focusing on his blows.
14.
That hits.
Oh.
Yeah, his armor class is not very high. He's, as I said, he's not wearing armor and he's not that fast.
10.
10 damage? All
yep.
right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Lars will, now standing about maybe 15 feet away from melee, he just angrily shoots.
I'm going to use the 14 on that, just make sure he hits.
All right. That definitely hits. Most definitely, yes.
I'm tired of being in this.
All right. It's not a very decent hit. It's just, like the arrow just basically cuts over one of Hesperus' arms, leaves a trail though. Yeah, that's where Lars will stay. He will also, in fact, Hunter's Mark Hesperos.
Why did he wait until that?
Because he's not.
He's an idiot.
Because Alex has a terrible memory.
Yeah, exactly. I can't keep track of everything.
No, yeah, that's fair. In character,
Hesperos,
like, what?
Hesperos will, looking at Khalifa, seeing that he's injured, he will lash out against him one more time. 2 more attacks. The claws hits. The bite also hits. Yeah, he's... For some reason, you thought that his armor would be better, but it doesn't seem to be as good as you expected. The claws are 11 points of damage. And the bite are 15 points, so 26 points in total.
And I'm down.
As this thing rips into you, gives you another bite and just throws you onto the ground. He will nonetheless take 4, 5, 6, 8 points of necrotic damage, as his lifeblood is still leaking out, and hopefully eventually get rid of the wounds. Yes, finally. He shakes off the necrotic energy of the sword, these jagged tears that it has cut into his flesh. But he's looking pretty rough already. Calyphus, you are unconscious on the ground, which means you are rolling me a death saving throw.
Success.
That is a 12. That is a success. All right. Tyron will continue smashing into the saber-tooth tiger. Misses once again. The axe goes over just scraping along your fur. Silas.
I'm going to move 30 feet away from Kane.
Yeah, just like moving away backwards, yeah.
Yeah. I need to get within... shit. No, I'm too far, because I'm like 70 feet out from them, so I can't do that. Yeah, so I will... Magic... I'm going to second level magic missile on Hesperos.
On Hesperos? Is that in range?
120 feet. It's
that is about maybe not quite 120, but you're a fair bit away now. You're like
should still only be about 70, 80,
100 feet away or something like that from the fight.
What? I mean, I could pop it out before I move.
Yeah, I know. Well, within reach. No, it's still within reach.
Sure. Yeah.
Second level, that's 4 missiles then, right?
Yep. 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
That's pretty all right.
All right. Yeah, Hesperos is flung around by the magic missiles and after they sort of sneak around Kane. Shakes his head.
I'm still visible. Yeah.
Garrick, now that he's seen one of the enemies go down, he will also run up and stab the saber-tooth tiger with his short sword. Misses, though. Kane. He will run 60 feet towards you. And now only about maybe 20 feet away from you or so. Shoot a crossbow bolt while he's running. And then sort of shoulder his cross. He has like this leather band holding the crossbow like a rifle carry thing. He just throws it over his shoulder and draws a dagger with his other hand. One shot with the crossbow. That's a 12, actually. I think that misses.
Misses, because AC is 15.
Yep. The mage armor saves you as it swirls and just solidifies for a moment, and the crossbow bolt ricochets off. All right. That was Kane's turn. Karga.
I'm so mad nobody hit me this turn. I was hoping somebody would make me drop Beast Shape. I just had 10 hit points. They could have done that. Now I have to waste. Yeah, I'm gonna drop Beast Shape.
Okay, that's a bonus action.
Yeah. Can I move just around Hesperos to get to Calyphos without leaving his zone of attack?
Yes, you will not provoke an attack from Hesperos. However, you will provoke an attack opportunity both from Garrick and Tyron, who is standing behind you.
Tyron will not, because he is slowed.
Oh, that is correct. Tyron cannot make any reactions because he's slowed.
Okay, and that's fine.
It would just be one from
Garrick. Only Garrick.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
Yeah, he does not hit.
Okay. And I'll use my action to feed my potion of healing to Calyphos.
Okay. So
it's just a regular.
Yeah.
So 2d8, right?
2d4 plus 2.
So 4.
Yes,
that is a heinous rolling.
You are up at least, or you're awake.
Yeah.
Anything else? Oh no, that's actually your turn, Karga.
That's everything, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Lars will take one more shot at Hesperos. That hits, yeah, just barely. 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. The arrow takes Hesperos in the side of the neck. He shakes his head. There's a lot of blood coming from the silver arrow. He's barely standing, but it is now his turn. And he will... Let's see what he'll do. He's not wounded at the moment. His rage takes over, and he leaps straight for Lars, which means he provokes an attack of opportunity from you, Karga.
And me.
You're on the ground, so I'd say no.
That has to be a weapon, or like a...
Yeah. Well, unless you have the Warcaster feat, which I don't think
I don't.
you have.
I'll just whack him with my stick then, I guess.
Right. Oh, actually, it's not magical, right? The stick?
No, that's true.
So you just whack him, but nothing happens, basically.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. He lashes out at Lars with his claw, cutting through his chest. It's 9 points. And goes in for a bite, but Lars manages to bring his longbow in between Hesperos' maw and his flesh, and Hesperos just like breaks through her longbow, bites through the wood, shatters the longbow, but misses his attack.
Did Lars have a silvered melee weapon?
Yes, he has a silver sword.
Good.
That Silas gave. Zann'der gave him.
That's right. That's right.
Before you headed out to fight the pirates. Caliphus, your turn.
Okay. 4 health points.
You have 3 enemies. All of them are like about 10-ish feet away from you, so you can stand up and reach either of them. Tyron and Garrick are unhurt. Hesperos is quite severely injured. What do you wish to do?
Kane is pretty close to me, right?
Kane has ran past you and is about 60 feet away from you, or so.
16. Okay.
Yeah. He can move twice a turn because he has a cunning action.
Oh, 60.
Yeah, 60 feet. He's beyond reach.
God damn it! Why don't I have anything? Come
on, quick, decide.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Hesperos.
All right, you leap up, grab your longsword that's sort of fallen to the ground, and jump at him and slash. 19 hits. 15 also hits.
Both of them are gonna be trip attacks.
All right, so how much damage is that? The first one?
Let's see, 8 plus 4, so it's 12 for the first one.
Okay.
And then...
So a trip attack, you said, right? So you cut into his leg. He actually falls.
And then 8 for the second.
The second attack is technically with advantage because he's prone.
Yeah, so roll against if you crit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that then. No, it's not crit.
Yeah. All right. How much damage is it?
8 total.
All right, that is enough to finish Hesperos. How do you want to finish him?
So I'm imagining I'm like running up behind him and cutting into his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
And then as he's falling down, I'm just stabbing the sword into the back of his head.
All right. While he's falling, basically, you
Yes.
sort of plunge the sword upward, so he falls onto the sword.
Yes.
And the sword just goes into the back of his werewolf head and out the front of the maw. The weight is immense of this creature. It nearly pushes you to the ground. Like your hands are on the ground. You're bent forward. The longsword sticking up. And then he starts turning back. You hear the bones shifting as he dies on the blade. And his werewolf curse is broken once and for all.
You know what? Can I like just try and make him fall over me? So that I can sort of shield me?
Werewolf blanket
Yeah.
Well, he's not a werewolf anymore. Like he's turning, but sure, you have a bonus action. You haven't done anything. Give me an athletics check. No. You're basically buried under him. Like you're prone on the ground. It's the opposite of what you wanted to achieve. And well, Tyron with his war axe he sees his leader dying. No! And he just runs forward and slashes down onto you, Khalifos, heavily injured on the ground, prone, bringing his war axe down. He is slowed, however, so he has that's a straight up attack. When do I roll for slow? At the end of his turn, right? Yeah. Okay. That is a 19, which is a miss because you have a 20 armor class. So the war axe comes for your head, but your shield is in the way. And he's sort of pressing down onto you now from up above, trying to cut through your shield, but you're holding your shield in front of your face. You just feel the pressure increasing, but he can't cut through. Silas.
I will say that slow doesn't impose disadvantage on attacks.
Doesn't it?
No.
No.
Oh.
It doesn't. Roll again, see.
Let me see that. What else does it do? Doesn't
it like lowers AC, halves movements. You can only take either an action or a bonus action.
Oh, that's what it was. Right.
Yeah.
I thought it
can only take one attack per turn, but it doesn't affect like the attack directly.
Anyway, in that case, it will actually hit. In that case, it was a 22.
Sorry.
Well, it's unlikely that he deals less than 4 damage.
It's possible, but it's unlikely. That is correct. Yeah, he deals 4 damage.
Ha! And I'm done again.
Sorry.
So he does basically, he knocks your own shield with the force of the blow into your face and knocks you into unconsciousness.
I'm gonna have a headache.
Yeah.
Silas.
Okay. Hold person on
like 10 feet away from you or something?
Yeah, no, hold person on Kane.
All right.
Getting further from that motherfucker.
That is a 14.
14 fails, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So he freezes, and then
he was just like about to launch at you.
Yeah, so he freezes.
So he just like it basically comes to a skidding halt.
And so the slow is gone from Terran.
All right.
And I'm just gonna now reverse direction back towards the fight. Run 20 feet past Kane now.
Right. Well, he can't attack you anyway. So
yeah.
He can't attack opportunity. So you can
maybe give him like middle finger as you go by. You know.
You can see just his eyes following you, like while you run past.
Yeah.
But that's what you can.
And hopefully, go away.
Potentially disappear.
Hey.
All right.
Once I get past him.
Yep. So he doesn't really see where you go off to, I suppose.
Yeah.
Garrick, seeing that the werewolf is down, Hesperos is dead, turns and runs, leaving Tyron behind.
Smart man.
Not the smartest, but smart enough.
Kane, at the end of his turn, trying to break the hold person spell. No, he is still held. Karga, your turn. So you see Khalifa's unconscious once more on the ground. He's like slumping down, and Tyron raising his axe for another blow.
Can I hit Tyron with a flaming spear without hitting Khalifos?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, then I will do that, and I will
back it into his back or something like that.
Cast it at 3rd level.
Oh shit! Okay.
And he has to make a dex save.
Yep. That is a 12. That fails. I'm pretty sure.
That fails. Yes.
So he takes full damage. 12 points. Okay. As the flaming sphere hits his back, he screams in pain. You hear sizzling and smell the sizzling of armor and flesh. He turns and sees you sort of stretched out with your hand and raises his axe, so ready to jump towards you. Lars, seeing Hesperos on the ground, will leap up onto him, basically grab Hesperos, pull him off Kalifos, and drawing his short sword, just start stabbing him in the chest and the face, making sure.
Sorry, did you say that Hesperos is like morphed back into a person form?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
it's just even more gruesome than.
Yeah, it is pretty gruesome. This short sword just like threw it 3-4 times. He stabs him in the face and the chest. This is for Evelina! All right, that's Lars' turn. Kalifos, you know what's going on. Death saving throw. That's a success. All right. Tyron will slash at you, Karga. Leaping away from the flaming sphere above Kalifos' unconscious form, past Hesperos and Lars, who are sort of grappling on the ground, or Lars is grappling Hesperos. And slash down upon you. Yes, the war axe smacks into you. And that will be 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And you can see he's afraid and in pain, but the hate in him is stronger. The thirst for revenge. Silas, your turn. You pop back in.
I'm going to just run 30 feet forward and throw a level 2 magic missile at Tyron.
All right. Another 4 missiles. Shooting into him.
Yep,
15. Yeah.
15.
And the last one takes him straight in the throat and falls backwards, dead.
All right. I'm going to turn around and keep my eye on Kane and hopefully disappear.
Okay.
Nope. Thankfully, I moved all my full movement, so I should be like 50 feet.
Yes,
It's not going to help that much. He's going to get turned next time anyway, so.
Garrick continues running. He's just booking it, running for the forest.
Yeah, we don't care about him.
Kane, that is a 15. I believe that is a success, right? Yeah, Kane shakes off.
Yeah, 15 is my DC.
At the end of his turn, he shakes off the whole person and sort of turns around. That's all he can do, pretty much. Still holding his short sword and his dagger in his hands. Karga.
How far away is Kane from me?
About
He's like, I don't know,
something like
80
that.
feet, 100? Yeah. He's a bit away.
80 feet, and it's only him left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you don't count Garrick who's running off into the distance.
I'll drop
Only him
the
left.
flaming spear and cast Call Lightning on Kane.
Okay. All of a sudden, from the clouds, this whole cloud comes floating down. He looks up. Shit! And lightning strikes down. That's a dexterity save, right?
Yeah.
That is a 13.
That is a fail.
Okay.
My spell DC is 14.
Okay.
So that's 3d10.
Yep. It's half damage.
Does the I guess the current conditions would be described as stormy for
No,
the
it's
natural
not.
weather?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's cloudy, but not stormy by any means.
Okay.
Oh
14,
yeah,
so
there's a storm bonus.
Yeah, it's fun to ask.
he still nonetheless managed to sort of half evade it as the lightning bolt hits him in the side. You see him getting a little shock, though. Okay. Lars looks up and sees Kalifos on the ground, and I believe you gave him a healing potion last game. Yep. So he will use that healing potion to feed it to Kalifos. Actually, no, he doesn't have any healing magic. So no, he will feed you the healing potion, Kalifos.
That's much better.
Yeah, that's a much better healing potion. 10 health. Once more, open your eyes, and you see Lars completely bloody with a silver sword in hand, standing above you. It's done. The monster's dead. Finally, you killed it. And he sort of reaches out his left hand to help you up.
I just.
Yeah. Well, your turn is next, so you can stand if you want. Yeah. He sort of pulls you up, and you look around quickly, and you don't even see the Garrick anymore. He's run off somewhere in the bushes. You do see Kane standing there, maybe just catching the lightning strike as you are looking up to him, but he's a fair bit off.
He's within longbow range, though, isn't he?
He is within 80 feet.
Yeah, that's longbow range. Pretty sure. I'm gonna have to look. I think it's like 120 or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm pretty sure 80 feet is within the longer range. Yeah.
Longbow, long sword, martial range weapon. 150, 600.
Yep, that works.
It's well then.
Yeah. So 2 attacks of that.
Yep.
One of them is a trip attack also.
Okay. How many of those do you have?
1 left. So this is the last one.
Because I think you already used like 3 or 4.
4 total.
Okay, so you have. Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah, I think one left. Yeah. Okay, so that's 18 points of damage in total, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh shit.
And
2 arrows. Strength saving throw, trip attack, fails. So 1 arrow nicks his shoulder, the other one smashes into his foot, and he goes down. And the arrow sort of stuck through his foot. Tyrion is dead. Silas, your turn.
Okay. Let's fucking magic missile level 2.
Okay.
Tried and true. Right.
12 points.
12 points.
Right. Kane sees the magic missile coming and she shouts, "No! Wait!" And then he's already on the ground, so he doesn't fall. But he slumps as his spirit leaves him. And that's the end of combat.
You know, that went a lot better than I expected.
I'm
being entirely honest.
All over.
Arga's like basically unhurt.
What about how I expected, honestly?
Really?
Yeah.
Much more optimistic than I am. I'll cast Cure Wounds on our esteemed tiefling.
Right.
One small problem, though, and Calypus just points to his arm.
Lars says, the main thing is that the beast is finally dead. Now that all the souls of the ones that he killed can rest in peace.
Yes. We're more worried about future restless souls. Did he get you?
He got me with his claws, yeah. You can see he's like his leather armor is torn at the chest. It's not a horrifyingly deep wound, but there's definitely blood.
Have we been told, like, is it like 100% infection rate, or is it like?
You know that, well, you have done some research, and you know that it's not 100%. No, okay. It depends on the person's basically will and the like toughness. It's like a disease basically. You can shake it off, but many succumb to it.
Well, you know what? Now we can actually return to Thornshire without worrying about getting stabbed in our sleeves.
Yeah, there's that. Do you feel weird at all, Calyphos?
Aside from the many wounds, no.
Aside from the obvious bleeding. Okay.
Don't think so.
I'm gonna hold on to the silver sword for a bit, if that's okay.
Maybe we should make a trip up the mountain and fetch one of those flowers just in case.
Maybe.
Didn't we take 2 actually?
Yes, you did.
Yes, we did.
2 flowers to Thornshire.
Did we send both?
Yes, you sent both flowers. You sent in case like they need more or like one gets damaged in the transport or something. You did get 2, yeah.
Well, it's not going to be quite a while until the next full moon, so we have a while.
Yeah.
Yes. All things considered, well timed.
That is correct. It is the 3rd day after the full moon, so you have like basically 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, we could have a day or 2 of rest and have another mountain expedition if we feel up for it.
I think we need to head to Thornshire next, actually.
Okay.
All right.
Lots of things to take care of there.
We're not.
Do we know? Is there like 0 chance of somebody transforming before the full moon?
No, you don't know.
We don't know.
No.
Can I ask?
Leaving Lars here, like.
Can I ask Damaris?
Ah, yes, maybe you can.
Yeah.
So, while you sort of turn inward, and what do you ask?
Do you know whether or not this transformation is whether like the first permanent transformation is the full moon or not? Like, does it?
Now you come seeking wisdom and knowledge.
I came seeking knowledge earlier, and you gave me some obvious bullshit.
Is that how our relationship is going to be?
Yes.
Look, if you're willing to be helpful, so be it. If not,
Willing to be helpful.
we'll figure it out.
Oh, I recommend listening to my advice a bit more often in the future. This went
Then
fairly.
speak up.
I know a few things about lycanthropy. This creature, it passes its curse only through its bite. Its saliva carries it. The claws, while leaving nasty wounds behind, do not carry the curse. As far as I can tell, your tiefling companion could be affected. The archer one, the bold one, he seems safe from what I can tell.
How much can you see from in there?
I see through your eyes, boy.
Okay.
Does Silas just stand there stroking his chin and then tell us what he suddenly remembered about werewolves?
I don't know.
Giving him a few very suspicious glances.
And Silas is just lost. Basically.
Yeah. No, I was just like, I don't think we have to worry about Lars, at least not for now. He should be fine.
Why not?
Like, it's the bite, isn't it? Like, it's not the claws. So, nothing that we heard suggested that anything but the bite.
Right. Shit. I do. Lars seems to have just realized basically what's going on while what you're talking about. He was a bit out of it after the whole fight stuff.
Yeah. That could have been real bad.
You think I'm safe, right?
You should be fine.
Yes, you are safe. I'm not, though.
Good. I would not want to murder my own friends, family.
I mean, we know how to fix it, even if you were. Don't worry.
Right. You said something about a flower.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, we can leave that information and the rest being with you, just for your peace of mind, if you'd like.
We will. Damaris' voice in your head goes. We will see tonight. Make sure to keep a good eye on the tiefling while he is sleeping. You can see whether the curse has taken hold. Actions while he is asleep. The subconscious mind rules in those times, and the subconscious mind reveals many things that the conscious mind might not.
Is he gonna like kick his leg in his sleep or something? Is that what we're looking for? Like,
you will see if his sleep is severely disturbed, if he is feverish, if he is sweating significantly. Those are all hints towards the curse taking effect. His dreams might be another hint.
Pretty sure he's also a war veteran, so I'm not sure how.
Not to
level
mention
that'll be.
that sounds like how you'd sleep if you go to bed at like 10 hit points.
Yeah. Well, but duly
Out
noted.
of character, I can't hear this, I know.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. But duly noted. We'll be keeping an eye.
Oh, there is a simpler way of finding out whether he's afflicted, but that will take a few days to see if the curse has taken a hold.
Are you going to tell me to stab him?
Yes, simple. You have silver, take an arrow, stab him. If he reacts more than usual, he is probably afflicted. However, be warned that strong emotions and similar things can lead to a premature transformation.
He is already prone to punching me, so let's maybe hold off on that.
Silas,
Huh?
why are you staring in the distance like that? We going back to the village or what?
Should we get Kane's head?
Let's
What-
just bring both
What
the
do you
bodies.
want with that guy's head? He was
The whole reason we're in this fucking mess with Hesperos is because of Kane.
what? I don't follow.
Our dearly departed rogue friend had taken a contract out on Kane for the Red Crew.
A bounty. The Red Crew, aren't they like a crime family or something?
Something like that. Yeah. Like I said, Zann'der was no saint. And we had obviously not fulfilled on that, and we had some heat coming from the Red Crew about that. So he's dead now. Should we take this back? So
If you want to take a head, I won't say anything about that. I wouldn't go around town carrying a head, though, in Thornshire. That reminds me. He takes the short sword out once more, kneels down at Hesperos, and like starts cutting through his head, like his neck.
yeah, just casually decapitating a dead person.
Yeah.
Fine.
Grabbing Hesperos' head, scarred faces, just to make sure. I don't want him coming back. And I don't
Silas
know what.
turns away from that.
We'll bury the head somewhere. That actually, we should probably bury the body as well if there's some sort of jackals or
just
birds
burn the
feeding
damn
on.
body.
Fair enough. There's a fire not too far.
Yeah.
He starts dragging Hesperos by the ankle and like carrying his head in the other hand towards the fire.
I'll start helping with one of the other bodies.
You have very interesting allies. Primitive but effective, I suppose.
I ignore him for now.
You know what? I don't want to burn the guy who we didn't know. I want to bury him.
All right.
Yes, much better if he gets eaten by jackals.
I want to bury him. I have a shield to dig with.
Sure. Sure. If you want, you can dig out a shallow grave over the next half an hour or so.
You know, I don't understand you people. It's why this preoccupation with leaving people to rot in the ground, get eaten by worms.
Honestly,
Why come we burn everybody?
I'm kind of with her on this one, but I'm not gonna stop you. So
No, I'm not going to stop him either. I'm just going to
Yeah.
grumble a bit.
The half-orc, she knows some impressive magics. She could go far with the right teachings.
I'm still ignoring him.
She could become a rival, though. There are places on this island that can give you power. But she could be one to lay claim to these places as well.
Damaris, please shut up for now. Just please shut up.
Not very nice, but very well. I will oblige.
Thank you.
Right, so over the
It's
next
like
hour,
Emperor Palpatine whispering in your ear.
Yeah, basically.
Sorry, what was that?
It's like Emperor Palpatine whispering in his ear.
Kind of, I suppose. An elvish Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
An elvish dead, incorporeal Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna look over Kane, turn his body basically, see if he's got anything neat on him.
Yeah.
Probably not. But
Well,
The crossbow.
the crossbow.
The crossbow, yeah.
Looks pretty nice. The other equipment is nothing special. I mean, it's well kept, sharp, not like 4 or 5 daggers, a short sword, a few provisions and such that they left behind around the campfire, but no money, no real.
Yeah.
He has a silver medallion with a what looks to be a woman's face engraved on it. It's not particularly well done, so you can't really make out extreme details. It's more like a silhouette of a long-haired face, basically.
Does it look like anything we might have seen with the Red Crew?
You're not sure. I mean, as I said, the face is more of a silhouette, really, than a real actual like painting or anything like that.
Pretty worn, sounds like.
No, it's not
What
worn.
was the original story with Kane? Like, why did he defect from the Red Crew?
He murdered someone in the guard and then fled for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, that as far as you know, he betrayed them. That's all. Like that, what they told you. He's a deserter.
Yeah.
A betrayer, deserter. And you did. Vorax did react fairly strongly when you mentioned the name. He did murder a guard during his
tenure at the Red Crew.
Exactly, while he was staying in the city. You're not quite sure if the stories are connected or not. The murder of the guard and like the betrayal, or what betrayal entailed.
Yeah.
The Mistress Red Eye never really went into too much detail. But yeah, that's pretty much what you know. I'll be just back in a second. Need some more light in here.
Okay, so everyone gets 20,000 XP and 4,000 gold, and
And then you die.
So do we take his head or what?
well,
There's a part of me that wants to just bring nothing back to the Red Crew except middle fingers, but
we can bring back
kinda-
both the middle finger and the head.
yeah,
'Cause
that's
if I
probably the
recall-
wiser choice.
Zann'der took out the contract in the group's name, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll still.
Consider us on the hook for it.
Yeah.
Let's just
Probably the
take
wiser
it, wrap
option.
it up in some cloth,
Yeah.
Well, I give them
purchase
some
some
part of
herbs,
that.
purchase some herbs at Owl Lake to make it not smell.
Sure,
Yeah.
you can do that. Okay. So you're heading back to Owl Lake?
Yep. And all the weapons stuff that we pull off them, I'll just offer to Lars for the City Watch or whatever.
The militia can always need a couple more weapons. There's
Yeah.
not-
I had actually placed a dibs on the crossbow.
That's fine. Yeah. I'll give the crossbow to Clephas and then everything else to.
Sure.
Because you already have a longbow. Just.
I have 2 crossbows and a. No, wait, I have another longbow now also.
And you're carrying all that how again?
No, I'm not carrying all that.
Okay.
You
All right.
just have to start coming around with a small pony. Carry on.
Just weapons. Like the pony's just carrying weapons. So like about 16 or so different types of weapons.
It's from that scene in Hot Fuzz.
Oh. Just on the page, like double shotguns on the back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, that movie's so good.
Yeah, it's a good movie. So you, over the course of the next couple hours, by about maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon or so, you will return to Owl Lake, where the Lars will instantly basically tell people what happens, and quite a few people will be fairly impressed. Basically, after taking out the pirates like 2 days ago, you now also took out the Darkholme bandits, or their leader and their best fighters, basically. So, yeah, people are quite happy with you in Owl Lake. In fact, I suppose you want to stay like the rest of the day, or you want to head out soonish?
No, let's stay.
Yeah.
Probably rest, yeah.
Okay.
Our companions should be
The
right.
red-skinned one needs to heal.
All right, fair enough. You get some decent food. You get your room back as usual, or your 2 rooms anyway. And while the evening slowly progresses, you're healing, you're eating and resting. Lars comes up to your room or table or wherever you are. Let's say you're up in your room, he knocks and pushes his head in. It's, excuse me, there's just someone here want to see you and say something to you.
Okay.
I'll get up and follow him out.
There's a woman with him, a woman in her, maybe in her late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
Do you recognize her?
Short, sort of just over the ears, silverish brown hair.
You're like
one of the farmers, clearly, just judging by her dress. What was that?
You liked a little bit.
But we heard what you said. We heard what you said.
So yeah, basically, an older woman, not old as such, but like maybe in her, as I said, late 40s, early 50s, sort of brownish silver hair, farmer dress, a few wrinkles on her face already, and she grabs your hands, or Khalifa's, specifically yours. She like clasps your right hand in both hers. Just, I'm sorry, I don't want to disturb your rest or anything. I'm sure you'll need it. My name's Katerina. I just wanted to tell you to thank you, I suppose, to thank you for killing that beast, making sure it doesn't kill any more young girls and other people, I suppose.
Thank you. And who are you?
My name is Katerina. This monster, it killed my daughter a while ago, but still, I was afraid I wouldn't live to see the day that it was finally brought to justice.
Well, he's gone now. Hopefully there won't be more.
Yes, thank you. She sort of pumps your hand with both of hers a couple of times and says, I don't have much, but I'm happy to give you a reward. How does 20 gold sound?
Keep it. I don't need it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Those are coins that I put away for such an occasion in case as mercenaries or someone else came by. And
just keep it. I don't need that money.
I see. Well, anyway, thank you. If there's anything I can do for you, my house is not far from the Western Gate. Just ask Lars here. He knows where to find me. If you need anything, if you need your clothes mended or just some food or a place to stay or anything.
I appreciate the offer.
Well, thank you again. She slowly retreats. Lars sort of ushering her away a bit, and then comes back and says, "Well done. She can use that money.
Yeah.
Her family's not particularly rich.
Just so happens to be that mercenary life is quite profitable. 20 gold isn't that much to me.
I see.
Yeah. She could use it better than me.
Well, you certainly came a long way since we killed that manticore. Well, it wasn't that long ago, I suppose, now that I think back. What was it? About a month and a half?
Seems like more. Seems like a year at least.
Yeah, time flies, I suppose. But now the area should be fairly safe. The centaurs haven't caused any trouble in a long while. Pirates are gone. Without their leader, the bandits are not going to trouble us. The manticore is dead, so I think we can relax a bit, finally. What are your plans from now? You're going back to Thornshire, I suppose.
Yeah, and then hopefully dealing with the biggest threat on the island.
The biggest threat?
How much do you want to know?
Well, I mean, you helped us. If there's anything I can do to help you.
Not sure there is, actually. There is a demigod on this island.
What? He looks at Karga and Silas. Is he serious?
She kind of just shrugs. She's unclear on the exact definitions.
Demigod maybe seems a bit much, but he's striving for something like that at least.
Yeah. Striving for godhood at least.
Some sort of power like that. Yeah.
This demigod. How come I haven't heard of him?
He has been controlling everything from the shadows. The gnolls in Hungir's forest, the spider in Spiderwoods, the wizard we just killed from the pirates.
The bugbears, you mean?
Yeah, the bugbear, sorry.
As he says that, Silas, you hear the voice from inside saying, I beg to differ. I was no one was controlling me. I chose what was done.
Of course, Damaris, of course. You are your own wizard.
Well, I was, at least.
So you were.
So that, you say, where can this demigod be found, then? I mean, if you killed all his minions,
Also, the cloud that claims people, that's his making too.
He goes pale, and he says, the black mist.
Yes.
Is that? It's not something we talk about really. But everyone's heard of that. It hasn't struck here in a while, but I've heard that it struck over at Wondermere a couple months ago.
Yeah, but targeted specifically at us for disrupting him.
I see. What? Wait, you say you survived the Black Mists?
No, we weren't there at the time. But the people who hired us to come to this island were.
Oh. So, what is it you want to do then? You can't fight the Black. I mean, I don't even know what. But no one ever survived the Black Mist. It was soldiers and mercenaries and many. Not even the Dusk Slayers could stop it, as far as I know.
Well, the Dusk Slayers didn't know what it was.
I suppose not. So you know what it is.
Well, yeah, it's
Ben.
a conjuring from the Stormlord.
A what?
Lightning Lord.
Lightning Lord.
Every time.
I will never get it correct.
Is
it like the same word in Swedish or something like that? Or like...
yeah,
okay.
Lightning Lord. A conjuration, you said? What does that mean?
Yes. Silas.
Using magic to create things or bring things from afar.
I see. I mean, obviously there's some sort of magic to the Black Mists. That's not a surprise. Also, Kevin, you're roboting. So, what are your plans then? You know where the Black Mists, like where they come from, where they originate from?
We think the Titan.
The Titan?
Yeah.
I suppose that would make a certain type of sense. No one really goes there.
There's been
a village
story of the dragon.
Well, I've heard. Yeah, there was a village up there. It was destroyed by a dragon. That was way ago, like ages ago. 100 years, maybe at least, maybe more.
Yeah, giants used to own this land.
Right, I've heard the story. There was a giant clan. There was a name. Ask Shaylee about it. She might know a bit more, I suppose. I mean, Major Two Streams, of course.
Yeah, they were the ones who killed the dragon.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, there are two alive still.
There's still two giants? Really?
Yeah. One of them is the Stormlord. Lightning Lord.
The other one is depressing. And probably the best.
There's still two giants? Really? Are you sure? I mean, I suppose if you're up in the mountain, no one would know, but...
You've personally met
one of them spends most of his time being a statue, so I don't think he gets out much.
Being a what?
A statue.
You know what that one is, don't you?
He's holed up.
I know what a statue is, of course, but like he turns into a statue by like magical means.
No, he just
Story of
sits.
holes and like sunlight where they turn to stone or something.
No, he
I
just
don't think
I
so.
didn't get a chance to like closely study how he did it, so
he just sits on his throne, never moving, hoping to not be noticed by the Lightning Lord.
So there's only two giants left. One of them's evil, and the other one's afraid of the evil one.
Yes.
Right. Well. So what do you want? You want to go to the Titan and try to challenge the Black Mist and this Lightning Lord?
He's actually already challenged us and threatened to destroy the island if we don't come.
Oh, well, that's not good.
No.
no.
Definitely setting up some sort of trap for you. Then obviously,
Yeah.
you're not gonna go, are you?
Well, if we don't go, he destroys the island.
Kind of sort of think we have to.
Yeah.
But if you die, well, who's to say he doesn't destroy the island anyway?
Well, if we don't stop him, how are we supposed to stop him?
I mean, I don't know much about giants and magic and stuff, but I'm a hunter. So if there's a place that if there's a bear or a wolf pack, you don't want to meet them where they're the strongest, right? Where they know the area and stuff like that.
No. Unfortunately, the other option is baiting, and we don't have anything he wants.
I see.
That I know
Well,
of.
we could try getting a group together, a small troop. I mean, I'd be happy to help. I don't know if any of the other people here are really strong enough to help us against a giant, but maybe we can find a couple other people. I don't know. I mean,
We appreciate the offer, but I think we need to do a little more research first.
Yeah.
right. Well, you know where to find me. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't really look forward to fighting a giant, especially one that can summon the black mists or conjure or whatever you called it. But you've helped us. You killed the beast. You killed Hesperos. You avenged Evelina. You helped us kill the Manticore. We owe you.
Well, don't tell anyone about this just yet, I don't think. There's no point in panicking when you can't do anything about it.
Major Two Streams. She knows magic. Maybe she knows things. I don't know. She could help. I don't know.
Well, we were hoping the wizard the bandits took is still alive.
Wizard? What wizard? The bandits? So did
You know the
Hesperos?
wizard by the light tower?
Oh, right. Yes.
the Zachariah.
Yes. He's. Wait. Isn't he one
He
of
was-
the Dust Slayers?
Yeah. He is.
Formerly. So we've heard.
Right. Well,
He was
he
taken.
might be able to help. The Dust Slayer. The Dust Slayers, of course. I mean, some of them are still around, right? I know that Steel Shield fell in battle and Six Fingers, but there's at least 3 more around.
As he's sort of like talking, I'm just rummaging through my stuff and grabbing the armor.
The priest's armor. It's
Yeah.
Ignatius's armor.
When was the last time you saw Ignatius?
That's
He's alive, but
Let's say
Age
he's not
is
fit
that
to
counts.
travel.
I see. Well, then there's 2 more at least. There's the Oracle and there's the Wizard, right?
Yeah,
The
we've
Oracle,
spoken to the Oracle.
Elf or something. She was an elf. She should be still like able to travel. They don't know.
We've spoken to her. She's unwilling to help.
She's more unwilling to open the door, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I've heard that. Surely.
So let us hope we have more luck with the wizard if he's still alive. Still, we
Hopefully.
have a little bit of time.
Well, you killed the leaders of the pirates, right? If we need to rescue him, we could, I don't know, maybe build a raft or something and take a group of people there.
I don't think we need to rescue him.
we have something in motion right now that will hopefully get Zachariah saved from Shire soon.
I see. All
If
right.
that fails, then we can start thinking about.
I don't know if I can give you any more advice than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're mixing in with things that are way beyond me. I'm afraid. Well then, good luck. You know where to find me. The offer still stands. If you need my help, I'll be there.
You did well today.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was trying, I suppose. Wait, the one more man. I suppose you would already know him, right? The leader of the black cloaks, the dragonborn in
Thorax.
He's powerful.
Yeah.
He killed the leader of the bugbears when we fought them 20 years ago.
Yeah, we've met him.
He could be able to help.
Probably.
He's probably the best fighter in the island, or if he hasn't gone old, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how those lizard folk age.
I've heard they age at the same rate as humans.
Then, I mean,
but he seemed capable enough despite his age.
He was pretty tough 20 years ago. I don't know how old he was. It's a bit hard to judge that, I suppose. But
it's a chat worth having when we see him next.
All right. Well, as I said, you know where to find me. I owe you. Good luck, and maybe have a priest or something in Thornshire look at that wound.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Thank you, Lars.
He nods and walks downstairs.
We still haven't seen Hadley.
You have not. It's slowly getting dark outside. So it's, or maybe not quite dark, but like dusk.
There's a small blacksmith in this town, right?
There is, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and head over there.
Okay. He would be just closing, basically, but you obviously for you he will stay open a while longer if you need.
I was hoping you could help me with something.
I mean, of course. What is it you need?
Could you make like a small punch a hole in a silver coin, make a small wristband out of it?
Yes, of course.
Put it on a small wristband.
That's easily done, of course.
Yeah.
Just give me a couple minutes.
Yeah.
He sort of rummages around, takes a coin out. Is that coin going to do?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Silver coin.
Yeah, it's silver, of course. Yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah, he walks off. You hear him sort of rummaging around a bit, and a couple like metallic sounds, and he comes back a couple of minutes later with a small like leather string, like a necklace, basically, with a silver coin in the center. Will that do?
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
I'm gonna just put it on my wrist and like so the coin rests in like the middle of the palm.
Okay.
Yeah. Just walk around with that.
Feels cool.
I mean, it's a silver coin for the werewolf thing, basically. Just superstition.
But it doesn't really do.
No, it's just superstition.
I mean, it doesn't do anything when you touch it. Whether it does anything, you're not quite sure.
Hoping I will notice if it does.
All right. Yeah, the night falls slowly but surely, and then eventually you're sitting, I suppose, in a common room. At least some of you are sitting in a common room having dinner, and the door opens, and you can see a halfling woman, a young halfling woman that you recognize actually, and a larger form, a thin young man, sort of honey blonde hair, dark like light brown hair, both a bit dusty from the journey, and you recognize Hadley and the halfling woman that was sent to Thornshire with the flowers. And she instantly goes to Mayor Shaley, who's behind the bar, and he looks around and spots you and like gives a small smile and walks over and says, I found you.
Yes.
I wasn't sure whether you'd be there, I suppose. How did the fight with the pirates go? I suppose you're still alive.
Most of us.
Most of us.
Oh, you lost someone?
You'll notice someone isn't here.
Right. Oh, that's a pity. Master Zann'der was always good to me.
How did it go with the flower and all that?
The Huntsmaster's safe. I didn't see the actual like removal of the curse or whatever. It took a while. What I've heard, and they could hear him screaming like 2 blocks away. But he's resting. He's resting in the temple. It looked like the priest took good care of him.
Good.
The flower helped that you sent. They made some sort of tea or something, I think, or I'm not quite sure.
Do you know if they used both flowers?
I'm not sure. I mean, if they haven't, then they probably still have it. They didn't give it back or anything, as far as I know.
Okay.
I mean, me and Martha, we came back as soon as we knew that everything was like over. I mean, I've left the Thornshire 2 days ago, so that was only about a day after the full moon. But he seemed restful, rested. Or I mean, I haven't seen the Houndsmaster himself, but I've heard that he seems all right.
Good.
Yeah.
So, can I sit? You mind?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
He sits down. So, how did the thing with the pirates go? I mean, this next, like, what happened to Agon and?
Well, the pirate leader is dead. We stopped the sacrifice.
You killed Dragonshard.
Yeah, I have his armor.
Oh.
So I guess I'm Dragonshard now.
I suppose.
Don't worry, he's not taking on the full mantle.
So that's good then. What about the Blood Mage?
He's dead too.
He's dead. Great. And you can see him visibly sort of relaxing. That means everything's going to be all right then. Maybe I could return as well.
We'll see about that.
No, of course I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not thinking about running away. You've paid me well and treated me well. If you need me for some more service, I'm happy to stick around. Just like in a couple months maybe or so. I would like to see my family again and all that.
Yeah. We killed Hesperos too.
The werewolf?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just
today.
today.
Very busy couple of days.
Yeah.
I see. He wasn't at the obelisk, was he?
No. God, that would be so much worse.
Robot.
So Colin was saying, glad to see Hadley didn't take my death too hard.
Well, no, he does not seem to take it too hard now. It was sad for a second or so, but I mean, he has only
pretty indifferent.
So he's not like he's a super great friend of yours.
Yeah.
Like he's only known you for like a month or so. So
and I'm pretty sure like he forgot or nearly forgot Zann'der's name. So,
no, he didn't. He was
he's just awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right then. Well, I suppose a couple of days rest are in order then.
Yeah, a days at least.
Yeah, that's good. I've never really been around here much. Now, if the werewolf's dead and the dragon shard and the blood mage they're gone, I suppose things are looking up.
Yeah.
It's a nice town.
They certainly are. They certainly are looking up.
I've heard there's some centaurs around here. They're not dangerous, are they?
They're
Not unless
Only
you
if you
pay.
disrespect them. Only if you disrespect them.
Right. I'll make sure that I won't do that. Right then. Well, do you have a place for me to stay?
Yeah, we could fix a room for you.
That'd be great. And I wouldn't mind some food either.
I'm gonna put my arm around his shoulder and just take him down to Haley.
Okay.
Yeah. makes a room for him and food.
Yeah, sure. He'll say, "Yeah, of course. I'll make it." So it's one of your friends, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, any friend of these gentlemen and Lady Karga are a friend of our lake. He's also a friend of our lake. Of course, room and some food on the house. On the house? Really? Thank you, madam.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna turn to Silence and say, "So, we take turns watching the tiefling sleep, or what?"
Yeah, I'll definitely have Tom watching when neither of us can.
Is Tom still fully sentient when you're sleeping? Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's fully autonomous. You know.
okay,
Yeah, but he can.
I just get to.
He also needs to sleep.
Yeah.
So
but
Yeah,
he can
he
be
can
the
sleep.
third shift.
Yeah, he could be the third shift.
I suppose he can bite you if Khalifa's turned into a werewolf or something like that.
Yeah.
He'll probably be bitten by something else too.
He could like telepathically scream to me and be like, "Shit, werewolf." You know.
I suppose he could do that. Yes.
And as near as his little weasel mind can manage. You know.
All right.
I mean, to be honest, just having a weasel scream in your head would probably wake you up, no matter what he's screaming.
Probably. Yep.
But it's not like he can do words, really.
Yeah.
Like more like a telepathic connection. So he's transmitting feelings and like images, which means he'll probably just transmit like panic, basically.
I feel like that would work.
Yeah, that probably work. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so, is there anything else you would like to accomplish over the course of the evening?
Don't think so.
All right. So you retreat to your beds, and do you want to make watch? Do watches like Khalifa? Are you trying to hide the fact?
Let's start with Tom.
Okay.
Watching.
I mean,
And then have
if
Tom,
Silas wants to hide it, that's fine. Once it's Karga's turn, she's not hiding anything.
Okay.
Caliphus is a pretty perceptive person, also.
Well, I don't know about that. Not so much. Passively, maybe, but active.
Well, I have +4 to
That's
perception,
all.
so I think I have the best perception in the card.
That's actually a funny thing. In several of my groups that I run campaigns, the guy with the best perception usually rolls the crappiest perception rolls.
Have you noticed my initiative rolls?
Yeah, I know. It's super weird. It's like one of those weird things. Like in the one campaign that I've been running for like 4 years, we have this one guy who has like 20 more perception. Like it's a percentage system. But anyway, So he's like 20 perception. He nearly always fails his perception checks. It's like a super running gag by now. It's like you don't even bother rolling and stuff like that. It's anyway. So Tom is the one on the first watch, so to speak, on Khalifa's watch, I suppose. It's like a suicide watch, only it's the werewolf watch.
Yep.
All right.
During my watch, unless anything happens during Tom's watch.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's also sleeping with the silver coin in his hand, also.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So Khalifa's, roll me a Constitution saving throw. That is a natural 1, ladies and gentlemen. Natural. All right.
I have +5, not +2. I will constitute a check.
That is nonetheless a natural 1.
And does not beat the DC 12 or 13 or whatever saving throw you need to make anyway.
That is correct. So your dreams, it takes a while for you to fall asleep, but your dreams are unsettled once you do. It's like you're in this weird marshland or maybe a forest. It's not quite sure. There's something. It's dark, and your dark vision doesn't seem to be working. It's like, and you're running, and something is chasing you. You can hear this grunting and snarling behind you, and these deep breaths, and you're running, and there's like branches hitting you in the face, and you're splashing through puddles and through a stream. Occasionally, you catch glimpses of the full moon somewhere overhead. This full moon is different, though. It has this greenish light. And it's nearly like there's a face there in the moon watching you, a wide-eyed, grinning, truthy face. And you just catch flashes of it every now and then. It nearly seems like it's moving position, as if the moon itself is sort of following you around. It's always ahead of you, no matter which way you turn, which way you run. You leap over a rock. You hear something screaming in a distance, a death scream, a human, ah! A mixture of fear and pain. And then it cuts out. You hear movement. You press yourself against a cold rock. You feel pain, not suddenly. You look up, look down onto your hand, and you see there's blood running down in the moonlight that bathes you. You must have hurt your hand on the rock as the blood trickles down. You feel pain wrecking your body. It's like your muscles are cramping up. There's something, blood bursts forth from your lips onto the ground, on the rock. Red, extremely unnaturally strong red. You look up and you see two yellow eyes staring at you from only a couple feet away in the darkness. You feel warm, stinking, sweetish breath. And it's nearly like you feel a heartbeat. It's like vibration in the air. The thing shuffles closer. You hear claws scraping across the ground. And then the thing leaps. You catch a glimpse of wide yellow eyes, teeth stained with blood, black fur. And then you see in front of you a small cowering figure. And you leap down upon it. Your teeth go for its throat. A scream is cut short. The taste in your mouth is amazing. It's this metallic tinge. As it runs down your throat, it feels godly. It feels divine. There's strength flooding through your limbs. As you bite in again and again. And again. And you get stronger and stronger. The pain disappears. Fear disappears. All the emotions are gone. The only thing that is there is the rush. The most powerful rush. And you realize this is no curse. This is much, much more. Much better. This is a blessing. This is strength. This is power. This is immortality. And then you wake up. Sitting in your bed, you feel a slight tingling of pain, but it's nearly washed away by this elevation, this divine sense of power surging through you. And you look around, you see sitting on a bed across the room looking at you and slowly moving backwards, like cowered up. Its nostrils quivering, and it bites into the sleeping form of Silas. Just a little, like a nibble. Silas, you wake up and you feel Tom's panic in your mind.
What? I look at Khalifa.
You look over and you see Khalifa sitting in his bed, and his eyes are yellow, staring at you. Yellow eyes through the
They weren't yellow before, were they?
Nope.
Fuck.
Not like this. They're glowing in the dark. You can see, his form is just a silhouette in his bed, but the eyes are two yellow embers glazing out, looking towards you. And there's a distinct hunger or something similar reflected. And you, Caliphus, you see yourself in the eyes of Silas, which are wide open. You see your own reflection. You see things clearly. I mean, you have dark vision. But even this seems even better than your usual dark vision. There's something about the room. It really feels like there's light in the room. And you see clearly the sort of surprise and, sense of Well, fuck. On
Hey, buddy.
Silas's face.
You in there?
I'm
Cogent.
gonna raise my hand and just look at it.
It's a hand.
Okay.
Which one? Which
The
one are
one
you
with the
raising?
silver coin.
Yep, the silver coin, where it rests against the palm, you feel a twinge of pain. Like a muscle spasm, a small one. More annoying than really painful. But you still feel really good.
Are you...
Well,
How you feeling?
Great.
Now's the time to fire. So now it's really not the time.
we have a ransom.
You in control?
I think so.
It's not a great answer, I'll be honest.
Well,
Are any
I
of these
see, so-
sounds loud enough to wake me up at all?
Give me a perception check. I mean, they're speaking normal voice, so you could, especially because you're probably not sleeping that amazingly deeply. 13, yeah, that's good enough. You do wake up, like slowly, not suddenly, because the voices are not raised, but they do slowly, sort of, you drift up through subconsciousness up to full consciousness.
I sit up. What's going on? It's still night.
You
Yeah.
don't get the impression that you slept very long, maybe an hour or two.
Look at his eyes.
The yellow glow is mostly gone, but there's still a
Okay.
little bit of it. Enough.
They were more yellow a minute ago.
Yeah. It's not the best. Karga has dark vision as well.
Do a thing.
Sort of see well, and it's not the most.
I'm just kind of like hold up my hands like,
It's like a tiefling is already fairly scary. The yellow eyes don't really help.
I mean, Calyphos actually has kind of yellowish eyes, but they're not glowing normally.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
okay. Are you okay if we manic leave for the night?
well, the curse shouldn't take hold until the next full moon, right?
The reaction is quite strong. He could trigger at any time. Also, this curse, it is like a powerful aphrodisiacum. It might turn him against you, and at the same time, like a drug addict, he will try to hide it. I would not trust anything that he says.
You know, I feel like on the basis of the eyes, that's not strictly true, possibly.
Well, Huntsmaster Guyan seems to be a person now. And he went through the same thing, I imagine.
Yes, I don't see what that has to do with whether we should shackle you for the night.
Just for tonight, if you wouldn't mind, just for our peace of mind.
Calyphos, you're looking at the room, and all of a sudden you realize there's like an additional person here. You see in the back of the room, at the window, which is barred, and there's very little light coming through, you see like a silhouette leaning against the wall, a large, white-shouldered silhouette, but human-sized.
I'm gonna jump up from the bed and just run straight for him.
Wait, inside or outside?
Inside.
Yeah.
Like leaning against the wall on the inside next to the window. So Calyphos, you guys see Calyphos all of a sudden.
As soon as he makes a violent movement, I'm going to cast Moonbeam on him.
Oh shit!
Because he's a freaking werewolf now.
Okay. So through the little bit of light that streaks through the window, all of a sudden this silverish beam shoots out. So that's, I believe, a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes.
For Moonbeam? Calyphos, go ahead, please.
We have had a short rest at this point, right?
You did, yes.
So I should be slightly healed.
Yeah, sure. Let's say 2 hit dice.
Okay. 8, right? Yeah. No, 2d10, I think.
10, you're a fighter.
Yeah, you're a fighter.
So 28.
All right. So 14 plus
24,
whatever.
24.
Yeah, 24. Okay, so Constitution save for the Moonbeam, please. Which is a success. Yeah, I believe he still takes half damage.
Yeah.
No, I'm not wearing a shield.
You're not wearing any armor, so.
No.
Okay, I assume you grabbed like your sword or something on the way as you jumped up, or no?
No, just jumping
Okay,
straight.
just jumping up. Okay.
17 damage.
All right, so that's 8 points to you, as you are certainly surrounded by these silver spectral flames, and they burn. The pain is incredible. Like you jump up and you instantly go down, and just on one knee, the pain is, even though you managed to push away some of it, the pain is incredible. It's like one of the most painful things that you've ever experienced in your life. Not so much damaging, but just painful.
On the knee, I'm just gonna raise one hand and there.
Can we actually see anything?
You look over. He seems to be pointing at the window or something. You're not quite sure.
Do you have chains? I don't have chains.
He has
Do we have
chains.
I have chains, actually. Yeah.
You're
I'm going to-
in the Moonbeam, Caliphus, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
You're still in the Moonbeam. The Moonbeam is
Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts with my 3rd level slot, which will give me my 2nd level slot back because of my divination stuff.
okay.
Do I detect any sentient thoughts beyond us in this room?
Well, yeah, Caliphus just screamed like really loudly. You're in the middle of a village, so
I'm sorry. In this room.
in this room, you do not detect any other thoughts. No.
I'm going to go get Caliphus's chains.
Okay. So Caliphus, are you moving out of the Moonbeam? Because if you're not, you will take more damage.
I'm moving out of it.
Okay, so you just limp to the side out of this glowing silver light beam that hits the middle of the room.
Is the guy still there?
You don't see anyone.
Hmm.
In fact, you're not quite sure what you saw. You're pretty sure it was like a silhouette of someone like leaning against the wall, but maybe your eyes play tricks on you. You're not.
I grab the chains and I turn to him and I say, look, we can do this the easy way or I can turn into a tiger. But we are not sleeping with you in the room being all weird.
Fine.
And not chained. Okay, I'm going to chain him up in as comfortably as is sensibly possible.
Right, so you're like chaining him to the bed, basically.
Yeah.
Feet
Alright.
too.
How many manacles do you have?
I mean, how many manacles do you have, Cleophas?
Hold
I'll
on.
search. I'll do it.
6 manacles.
Okay, cool. we could manacle him with like fucking spread eagle, like to 4 different things.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. This has turned. Yeah, weird.
I'd say it's probably enough to cuff his hands to the bed and
Yeah, and
cuff
then
his
just like
feet
legs.
together so that he
Yes.
can't like bolt.
Remember, these aren't like iron chains that are like this thick. They're like more like like police manacles. So
Yes, yeah.
you could, I believe he's a fairly strong person. You could maybe break them technically. I mean, in game terms, I think it's a DC 20 athletics check that you have.
DC 15, I think. Actually.
No, it's higher than that, surely.
It would still slow him down, is the thing.
Yeah, of course. Of course. No, I'm just saying, like your characters would be aware that one set might not really be enough.
DC 20.
Yeah. So it's a DC 20, I think, strength check or something you can burst through.
I mean, it's conceivable that he could do it.
Yeah,
but
so he could do it. Like a strong person, the manacles don't look so safe that a strong person couldn't get out of them if it really wanted to.
Right.
All right.
I'll take next watch.
Okay.
Use as many of these manacles as you can. You do not want to be bitten in the middle of the night, do you? I am not quite certain in which part of the transformation the curse can be transferred. He might already be able to do it.
We'll be fine.
Your trust in your allies is... I suppose you will learn better. You are young.
I'm just gonna sit like on the opposite wall from Caliphus, I guess.
Right.
And just, you know,
Staring competition.
lotus and just sit.
Okay. So, you guys want to go back to sleep, more or less? And so you used 1 manacle, right? 2 manacle Caliphus to the base?
Well, 1 for the hands at least, and then 1 for the legs.
Okay, right.
So, yeah, I guess if Kargas can't watch, I'm gonna. Yeah. Yes.
The door opens and you see Mayor Shaylee, like dressed in a nightgown, peeking in, and she says, "Is everything all right? We heard a scream."
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
How are you?
Is there anything I can do?
We just needed a rest. It's been a day.
I see. I understand.
Clayton's just sitting there chained and grinning at her.
She hasn't really opened the door all the way. She just like opened it so she doesn't actually see you.
Yeah, I get up and kind of like get between her and Cleophas. Yeah.
All right.
Break down and sleep.
Good night to you then. She closes the door again.
Good night.
All right.
I'm
so
gonna try and sleep until
all right.
wakes up.
Yeah, you eventually manage to fall asleep. It's not the best sleep you had. It's disturbed and a bit of a nervous sleep. You never really dip down too deeply, but nonetheless, it is sleep. Karga's awake. Caliphus, there's no way you can sleep. You still feel the after effects of this rush of power. It's like you just ran a mile and you feel like drenched in sweat, but you feel awake and alive. More alive than you've felt since the last time you faced an enemy in combat, which I suppose wasn't that long ago, but nonetheless.
All right.
Hours pass.
And after a sensible amount of sleep, I'm going to wake him up and switch.
Like
so that I can also get my stuff back.
Right, like 3 or 4 hours, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caliphus eventually also doze off, but it takes you a couple hours for this rush to receive.
I'll kind of post up where Karga was, kind of opposite him as well.
Okay.
And while I'm watching him, has he already kind of like dozed off by this point?
Yeah, by that, yeah.
Okay.
He's sleeping calmly enough. Like you don't see any, like he doesn't move around or make any noise or anything.
As well as he can with tied up.
Yeah.
Just tell me about Aladar.
I know not of this name.
You know by the Lightning Lord, at least.
I know some of the Lightning Lord, yes.
What is he?
A power from the Nether Realms.
Does that ring any bells for Silas specifically?
I mean, Nether Realms is basically a general word describing anything that's on the lower end of the alignment spectrum.
Gotcha.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So the hells.
Is that like beyond like the planes that are the planes that are like coplanar with material?
Yes.
This is like we're talking like more like inner or outer plane kind of.
The Nether Realms are, so you have the material plane, then you have obviously the Shadow of Hell and the which are kind of also the material planes. They're part of the the prime material. And then
Yeah.
beyond that, you have the other realms. And then beyond that, you have the outer realms.
Yeah.
And the outer realms are generally you would know that. Pascal is the wizard, you know the theory. You have the positive energy planes, you have the more or less neutral ones, and you have the nether realms, the negative planes. Places like the abyss or the nine hells and so.
Yeah. I lost train of thought for a moment. What is he trying to do? What's he trying to do? What's his goal here?
I know not, nor do I care much. It was not my goal to contest his plans on this island by any means.
What was he giving you?
He has not given me anything. I do not meddle with such dealings. They are dangerous, and only the foolish would accept them.
So you weren't working with him?
We were exchanging energies, if you wish. The one I was working for had interest in his deals, not me.
Can I insight this? See if he's
how true. Because you have no.
I don't have the visual cues. Yeah.
No physical cues at all. It's just a voice. So it's pretty hard.
I have a disadvantage. Or?
Yeah. You can give me an insight check with disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. So good at it, but with disadvantage. That's bad either way. Well, 13, 12.
12. Yeah, you're not sure. I mean, there's too little. I mean, you don't know this person yet. Anyway.
Yeah.
You're not sure. There's little and there's no visual clues that can give it away.
Yeah. So what were you up to then? What was your end game?
My end game is simple: gaining power. The only thing that matters in this world. Power to shape reality around you. A power that you should know. You possess it yourself, but only in a lesser degree.
Is this a cheating death sort of power, or?
I am an elf. Death is something that is very far for me.
But still on the horizon.
Of course, everything is possible. I'm speaking of power.
Actually, I guess it's not on the horizon anymore, is it?
Well, in some ways, not. No, I forged a way to be prepared in the eventuality of my physical demise.
Were you aiming for lichdom?
No. That is something I was never interested in. Giving up your own soul for these things is not a deal well struck. There are more powers than this. Forget the tales that you have been told at the academies.
It just laughs at the mention of academies.
There is power here close at hand. I know of at least one, but there are more, I believe, on this island. It is an old place. The ley lines intersect. And in the past, they have been used to forge places of power, a nexus of energy that can be drawn upon by those with the right skills and the right knowledge, both of which I possessed, both of which I could teach you. I know of one place, one of these places of power, one of these nexuses. It lies deep underneath an ancient fortress, claimed by lesser creatures, sadly enough. It is not simple to reach it,
Talking about Lion Keep
No,
or somewhere
no.
else?
There is a fortress on on Bloodcliff Island, an old fortress on the cliffs on the southwest of the island.
Is that why you teamed up with them?
You are roboting again. I didn't understand.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Yep. Kevin, have you tried turning it off and on again?
I have, in fact, yes.
A couple times. Anyway, keep going.
So is that why you teamed up with the pirates?
Indeed. I was promised a army. A small one, but effective enough to get me where I need to be. Their leader felt the weight of the age, of the years resting upon his shoulders. He would have been dethroned within the next couple of years anyway, as his physical form would grow weaker. Humans are such an inferior race. Their time is so short. Your time, I should say, I suppose, is so short. Soon, you will feel the call of death as well in just a few short decades.
Well,
It is your kind that strives for lichdom in general. My kind, we have more time. We are not rushed into such foolish things.
I'm not really worrying about that just yet. So.
You
Let's
will
talk in 20 or 30 years, maybe.
It is not much, 20 years, 30 years. Not for my kind, and certainly not for my current form.
I think I just can't stop talking to him.
All right.
I just can't keep watching Caliphus.
All right, the rest of the night passes, and you wake up fairly late because you were awake for a few hours of the night, basically. But at like maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, the sun has well and truly risen a few hours ago. You do wake from a more or less restful night, I suppose, but it does count as a long rest, so you can regenerate all your health, half your hit dice that you have used, if in case anyone has used hit dice.
Well, fortunate.
And stuff like that. Yes, and fortunate as well, of course. 12 and 13. Okay.
No, 14, 13. Or 14 and 3.
Oh, wait, what?
That was the inside check.
Right.
14 and 3.
3, okay.
Spells.
So,
Caliphus wakes up.
Flowers.
do we go back to Thornshire and hope they still have the other flower? Do we take a trip into the mountains on the way back?
It's going to be another month until the next full moon.
It's going to be approximately 10-12 hours until the next time we sleep.
16 hours.
Not enough time to get a potion.
Is the recipe something that like we could make out in the fields, like with what we like our like basic equipment that we have with us?
You could technically, yeah. It's, I mean, a bit tricky. I mean, not out in the fields. It's a bit tricky. You have to basically give. It's like a mixture of a tea made by this flower and like a steam bath, more or less. So it's a bit tricky to set up. It's possible theoretically, but it's better in an enclosed space, like ideally in like a small room where the steam gathers and the afflicted one breathes it in for several hours. Whereas in the out in the open, it will dissipate fairly quickly.
I kind of want to just try and go. I'd rather go to the peaks and grab it and deal with it here, rather than hoping that they have it in Thornshire and having. If they don't, that's like 2 days we've wasted, and then like another like 2 days to go back to the peaks.
This is my thought.
Here's another thought. We aren't nearly well equipped enough to deal with this Viking Lord.
This
I
we
mean,
all
I'm all
know,
ears if
and
you-
it is unrelated to our current predicament.
But I'm all ears if you have ideas for how to get equipped for that. And staying a werewolf is not one of them.
I have an idea.
That
That's
was
fine.
sort of the implication there, Silas.
Yeah. Well then, veto. Unilaterally veto.
Excuse me, Hadley's voice.
Come in.
We've unchained Cleavos
Oh,
by this point.
okay.
Yes.
He opens the door and says, is everything all right? There was some sort of disturbance last night, I've heard.
Yeah. Our tiefling friend had a bad dream.
Oh, I see. I suppose you've seen any bad things. Well,
Anytime he looks in the mirror, really. But,
are we going to stay here for sorry. Are we going to stay here for another day or two? I personally wouldn't mind, but I'm ready to leave with an hour notice or so.
Give us a few minutes.
We'll let you know after breakfast.
The food here is great. Do you want me to bring you breakfast upstairs?
Yes, please.
Sure, that would be great.
Conversation going on, I suppose.
We'll
right back. Right. He retreats, but he seems to be picking up on that slight tension in the room, I suppose. You can see him like realizing it after a bit and then retreating. Back in a moment.
All right.
Keep going.
Seriously,
No, I'm not letting you say a werewolf, motherfucker. I look at Karga. I was like, so, are you and I in agreement then on going to get the flower? Did I understand that right?
It seems the most time-efficient plan,
Okay.
but the less safe.
I'm honestly not that worried about the peaks. Like,
I mean, so long as
Yeah.
nobody tries to have a damn tea party with the undead again.
Yeah. I think that's our quickest option for sure. Shall we set up soon then? Have a breakfast and hop on the horses?
don't feel like I have much voting power in this democracy here.
No.
Well, it is a democracy because it is 2 versus 1 and majority rules.
Yes.
And your plan is stay a werewolf and then make sure there are tons of other werewolves because that's how those things go always.
Not quite.
All right. Let's have breakfast. Should we have Hadley come with us to watch the horses while we're in the peaks? Like have him camp out at the base of the hills?
I mean, the base of the hills is really close to the town. No?
Or,
Yeah, it's like
or I mean,
an hour's walk, an hour and a half walk or so. So
still fast for a horse. Yeah. I mean, but like we're aiming for like is there like somewhere very close to the southern tips of the peaks that we think that look like they would have the flower, like based on where we found it before?
Maybe it's hard to say. I mean, it's not like you're an expert in these flowers, but
Yeah.
The one peak that's sort of, if you look at the map, the one peak that's close to our lake isn't very high. The closest one that looks fairly high is this one here. So it's the one where that's sort of where the K is of peaks, the one sort of above the K.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's where we went before, right?
No, the ones you went before were up here.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go.
Can we take a short break because I need another cup of coffee?
Yeah, we'll finish this in like 10 minutes anyway, or so. 5 to 10 minutes at most. We're not going to play the peaks today. I need to prepare stuff because I didn't expect this to happen.
You didn't expect any one of us to turn into a werewolf in the fight with a werewolf.
Not really, no. I mean, it was a distant possibility, but like you rolled a natural 1, the saving throw, that's what triggered the whole thing. Otherwise, it would have taken like a long time, basically, for you guys to notice without well too much. But yeah, natural 1s have the tendency to change plans.
To expedite things.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Cool. So, do you guys want to have breakfast and then head for the peaks?
Yeah, head for the peaks.
Unless anybody has a better idea.
Not really.
I've already voiced my idea, and it was shot down. So no.
Your idea was staying a werewolf.
And hopefully dying in the battle. Yes, that was my idea.
How many nights we have to sleep in the same room before the battle? What are the odds you won't bite us on any of those nights, or anybody else that just happens to be around?
This is a question I ask myself every time I sleep in a room with you.
How? I'm not contagious. Look, this is very simple. Lycanthropy, disease, curse, contagious, druidism, lifelong magical training, not contagious. Trust me, I wish it was, because if it was, I would already be turning into some amazing things.
Right.
Just from being around my teachers. I shake my head and go off to have breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, Hadley's just coming up the stairs with like a large plate with like boiled eggs and like sausages and bread and cheese. And
just grab a plate off of his tray and go downstairs.
Okay. He's like,
I'm offended.
Looks after you. Like,
wait, do you just tell him as you grab the plate, I'm offended?
No.
Okay.
I walk off offendedly.
Okay.
Okay. He doesn't say anything. He just looks after you awkwardly and walks up to the room and he looks at two of you. He's like, "Did I do anything wrong?"
You're fine, Hadley. You're fine.
Right. It's good to know. There you go. Mistress Karga has already taken her part, I suppose. He puts the plate on the small table that's in the room.
Yeah. Thank you, Hadley.
Right.
Well, we'll be taking a little excursion after breakfast. So.
Should I ready the horses then?
Yes. Prepare the horses. You'll be coming along.
Where are we going?
Northwest. You're not coming all the way with us. Don't worry. So.
Northwest? Isn't that the hills with all the walking?
Like I said, you're not coming all the way with us. You're just going to be watching the horses while we go into the hills.
All right, I can do that.
Oh yeah, and if you could get some herbs to max the smell of the corpse.
A corpse?
Yes.
I
looking.
Don't follow.
I'm looking at like a sideways glance at like Cleophas, like.
We're carrying around the head of a severed man.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure you weren't being creepy. I mean, creepier than already.
I mean, I could try. I'm not sure how to ask for that sort of thing. I can't very well go to the mayor and tell her that I'm looking for herbs to preserve a corpse.
You can ask the
ask Lars. He'll know.
Him or
Yeah.
Sorry, who is that? Lars?
Yes. Lars, he's chief of the militia here.
Oh, the big bald man. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
That guy.
Yeah, I'll ask him. He knows. Anyway, none of my business, I suppose. Right. So we need that before we leave, I suppose. So I better get.
Preferably.
Right. I'll better
Start with that. Get the horses ready, and then
Wait.
we'll meet you at the stables.
Get the horses ready, or
No, start with the herbs. Then get the horses ready. We'll meet you at the stables.
right. Excellent. Take me about an hour, maybe. I'd say.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right. All right. I'll see you soon then. He heads up. And as he goes down into the common room, he walks over to where Karga is supposed sitting or something. Or do you like walk out, Karga?
Oh, I just take a table downstairs.
Okay. Forgive me, mistress. The masters, they want to head for the hills soon. Are you coming with us?
Yes.
So you require a horse as well, yes?
Yes.
Of
Thank
course.
you, Hadley.
Yeah. Of course. That's the least I can do. He heads away.
We have our own horses stabled here, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so he wasn't like going off buying new horses.
No.
Stealing some horses from random people or things again, just riding off on them to the peaks.
He was abandoned for a bit after he was a fisher. So I suppose. All right. So he comes back with a bunch of like very strong smelling herbs after a while and prepares the horses. Anything anyone want to do before you head out? Like talk to anyone in the village or get extra equipment or anything?
No, I'm just gonna eat. If a waitress comes by, I'm mumbling under my breath about plebeians who can't tell a shapeshifter from a druid.
So easy. Just look at the monster manual entrance and it says humanoid, comma, shapeshifter. That's like, I mean, seriously. And druid doesn't say that. It just says humanoid. So it's really easy to tell them apart.
Yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else anyone wants to do, we are heading once more for the ominous Broken Peaks in the center of Roveia.
Just one quick question. Herbalism kits don't get spent, do they?
No, normally, no. I mean, eventually...
I just wanted to check so that I...
Yeah.
still
I mean,
have
eventually, you use it, like, many simply I'm assuming that you're like, because you have nature, right, as a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just
so.
assuming that you're picking up a few herbs here and there while you're traveling in general and keeping it stocked. Basically, if there's like anything rare, that wouldn't be in a herbalism kit anyway. So that's just like very basic herbs.
Okay, good. I just wanted to check because I remembered. I think last time we used them for the like harvesting.
Yeah.
I think the kit is mostly like tools and implements.
Yeah, exactly. So you have probably like different shaped blades, like maybe a sickle, a small one, and stuff like that. A bag, obviously, or maybe a small satchel with like smaller compartments where you can put the dried herbs in there and all that sort of stuff, basically. Maybe some gloves or something like that. Okay, well then, in that case, we'll end it here for today, as you are heading with Hadley into the Broken Peaks and looking for another Shadowbane flower to hopefully manage to somehow cure Caliphos, who is not only a tiefling now, but also a werewolf.
I am half man, half demon, half wolf.
That totally works. Math check.
Man, wolf, devil.
100% burn material. Luckily, there's no Inquisition or larger scale church organizations on the Lost Island of Roveia. All right. So with that was an interesting session. As always, guys, I'll give you the experience points when in a day or so after I've thought, but you will level up to level 7, right?
Yep.
Right. Oh, I haven't had level 7 characters for a while in any of my games, so that'll be interesting. All right. As always, True Us Games says thank you for watching, and catch us in a couple of weeks, I think. But we'll keep you updated. Bye-bye, and have a nice evening.
Bye.